day.
For some hot takes.
Let's get it. Mondo.
Cool. You know what it is.
Fuck
it's the Mondo Cool Podcast. This is episode 13.
Welcome
y'all.
home.
On this October 11th, we out here, we the boys, you already know. It's your boy Mark Lane, a.k.a. Some Black Kid 87. Follow your boy.
Ooh.
And on the left, we got...
Okay.
And on the
Then
right,
we got the oldest flexer, Austin Dodge.
Oh, Jesus. I'm the oldest flexer?
Oldest flexer. I don't watch movies.
Jesus
I don't watch
Christ.
movies. Let's go.
Oh, boy.
Coming live Wednesday.
Wednesday today, yeah.
Special edition Wednesday episode for the people.
We're trying.
Yeah, usually it's going to be Tuesdays. This is just a fucking mistake.
Yep.
Surprise.
Life came at us fast this week, so we pushed it back a day. But we're here for you, and we're about to give you the art. We're about to give you this illustrious news that's out here in the world.
Huge news. Hip-hop, good stuff.
Let's get it.
Damn, son, where'd you find it?
Where'd you find it?
All over the internet. Let's get into it.
Literally everywhere. All right, let's hop into this shit. Starting off with the Hot or Not segment, reviewing the tracks of the week. Starting things off, we got the main man, Luda, who's, trying to separate himself from this Fast and Furious drama. And he's like, hey, how about some music, you think? So he's got a nice little single out there in the universe. I can pull it up.
Give the people a little listen.
Let's get a little sample of what Ludacris is up to these days.
Luda, what are you doing? Let's give him a load of Luda.
Yeah. It's gonna be the longest night of life right here, right? Yeah, right.
The longest night of life.
Never coming out, Yeah. Some people like to drink. Some people like to smoke. Some people overthink. Some people overdose. I'm just trying to get the nicest. Bottles on ice. Pull some all-nighters. Cause everybody got vices. Everybody got vices. Took a couple shots. I done fucked a couple models. I done fucked a couple.
Thoughts.
Comments,
And what are your thoughts?
Concerns. I guess I'll start this one off. Luda coming back. It's been about, 3 or 4 years since we've heard a Ludacris song.
Like 7 months.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Or
he had
something
that other
like that.
song, yeah.
Yeah, 7 months, 6 months was the last song.
Look. The man,
Listen.
You gotta respect the man's career.
Yep.
All right. This is a Grammy Award winner. Very unique for when he first came out in the 2004, 2003 era. DTP. We already know what it is. But the time has come and the time has passed. He's sounding definitely a little washed right now. Very dated. The concept of the song is so corny. Everybody's got vices. And then his list of things that are vices are smoking and drinking.
Weed!
People smoke and drink? Crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not on the Zans because he's not on that wave. But
means?
I'm just smoking and drinking, huh?
Whoa, dude. Fucking
crazy. Whoa.
Man, I hope those vices really hold you down, Ludacris. Jeez Louise, man. I feel like I haven't listened to a Ludacris song that I was like, whoa, in a long time.
Yeah.
But also I feel like I haven't listened to Ludacris in a long time. But you're right. I think this is a man that needs to be respected, but also that doesn't mean he needs to be still listened to if you're not liking it.
Right.
I thought his attempt at a modern song was fun and cute with Lil Pump, a D-Rose era, just going vices. I see you trying to fit in with the kids, but, hello, fellow millennials. It's not, it just didn't work. But, I don't know. Ludacris, do you keep making music if that makes you happy, but... Hey man, I'll listen to it once or twice.
Yeah, once or twice.
If it came on in the car, I would get 3/4 through, and then I'd go, "Oh, I forgot, I was listening to this." But Ludacris is a good guy.
Nice man's. Can't
money,
hate on him too much.
Yeah, I thought it was okay.
It's okay.
I didn't think it was trash or bad or anything.
No, I don't think he'll ever put out anything that's super embarrassing.
You kind of seemed like you guys were a little almost embarrassing.
Well, I'm
the
just
way you described it.
In terms of hype for a new Luda project, there's none. I didn't hear this and was like, damn, Luda's back. He's about to kill the game with whatever he drops next. I'm just kind of okay, Luda.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Felt like he was just fitting in. It was just hey guys, I also showed up today.
Yeah, I did some homework.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
I listened to a couple songs that the kids are listening to, and this is close.
I think this song's way too long.
Yeah, definitely way too long. The song was like, what, 4 or 5 minutes? It was really long.
It's not 5 minutes. It was
It's
like 4
so
minutes.
long. At least like 3 or 4. In an era of like 2-minute songs.
420.
Oh yeah, 420.
It's 420.
I think that was done on purpose.
Boop, 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 boop.
I don't
The
know.
song is called Vices, and the song happens to be 420.
Weed? I don't know, man.
That's crazy.
suspicious.
I don't know. I don't like it. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, he doesn't need to make music. He's like a goddamn...
He's fine.
He's doing very well.
I
off
listened
Fast and
to
Furious.
the other song, and I kind of liked it a little more.
Yeah, it was a little more
Have you
like
listened to the other
earnest.
one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't even know it.
liked it.
but
It sounded a bit better.
we'll see. It's not like he's got zero shot of making a good modern song, but I don't know. We'll
But
see
hey.
what happens.
Yeah.
Moving on, though, to something that is more modern, we got Rico Nasty dropping a new track, Key Lime OG.
You gotta get it on the screen here, too.
Oh, that's probably important.
Yeah,
I guess you would
fine.
all want to see it.
Let's
as
show
well
the
as hear
people.
it.
It's pretty.
So yeah, that's Rico Nasty with her
Nasty.
latest single, Key Lime OG. I believe her next project's called Sugar Trap 2. It's coming out soon-ish.
Yeah, in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, so shout outs to her, doing big things, making mosh rap from the
Yeah. From
the
a
ladies out
female's
there, yeah, from the
perspective.
female's
yeah,
perspective.
dude. I just like more females in rap, and this is like that in action. I'm a huge fan of that, dude. Hair looking like Baja Blast.
Yeah,
I
she's
like
the
it.
wig queen. She's got
Good
like
shit,
a
man.
crazy amount of wigs.
I don't have a lot of experience with Rico Nasty, so is there any like backstory I need to know?
Did you listen
Rico-
to iCarly?
Yeah, she
I've
went, that
heard
was
of
like her
iCarly.
big hit single song.
Oh shit! Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I know the iCarly one.
iCarly.
Yeah. Wow, I haven't heard her since that, and that was a long time ago. I feel
That's
like.
not,
Yeah, it was
that
like-
was like 3-4 months ago.
Was it really? It feels like a long
That
time
was like
ago.
6 months ago.
Yeah, it's not that long.
Really?
But
Wow.
6 months ago.
It's crazy. Time is slow.
But yeah, so she's doing her big thing. She's blowing up right now, doing pretty solid.
Mondo.
We'll see where she goes next. I'm excited for her next project. Basically.
Yeah.
I think she's getting better and better between this and Poppin'. 2 good songs in the last like month or so. So
I
She have a
I liked Rojo. It was pretty good.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
like the one that she released today.
I missed it.
It was short though, but that was my biggest complaint. It was only like 2 minutes, so I was like, okay.
Does she have a project upcoming or any projects in the
Yeah,
past?
she has
2
Sugar
weeks.
Trap 1, which is
Okay.
like out.
I gotta check that out.
And then an upcoming project, Sugar Trap 2.
Oh, yeah.
But she's just building her sound.
Yeah,
Good.
I felt like iCarly was cool, but it kind of got like obnoxious a little bit
Yeah.
to me. Just like the amount, I need time between the song. I couldn't like listen to it over and over again.
Yeah.
Some point it'd be like iCarly,
yeah.
oh my god. But this song, I thought was just better overall. I could like listen. It's more exciting. I thought the video was really great.
Video's sick.
I'm really interested. He's doing like a color scheme thing with the red one and the green one, trying to be like.
Oh, that's nice.
I guess it's like a cool new trend that people are doing now, just like coloring their music by literal colors. But yeah, this is just a fun song. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's not like deep or anything, but it's like she's
No.
wearing a
I
Dragon
don't think we're
Ball
gonna get
t-shirt
anything
in
too
the video.
too
And she's-
conscious from her, but yeah.
Yeah, who knows?
She's definitely just hype and brash and brings a certain amount of energy that's
Yeah.
really exciting to see. So I'm definitely pumped to see what she's gonna do.
But
and
she's
what kind of
definitely
hype
also
track
like
she's gonna make.
herself. Is like her brand is definitely like not just that. It's
Right.
like she's also like I don't know, has like a lot of very specific interests that come into play that she brings up.
She definitely has a personality that shines through, whether it's like her energy
Yeah.
or the stuff that she's into, and it's really dope. I'm definitely excited to she's gonna go from here making less, I mean, kind of clickbaity
Yeah.
tracks. I mean, iCarly's a pretty clickbaity
Clickbait,
track,
but-
so I'm glad to
this
see
one-
that she can
this one's not.
stand on her own.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like this poppin', Rojas, not like clickbaity. So I'm glad to see that she can do more.
Yeah, I'd love to see more.
Yeah,
Very
because
exciting.
iCarly's bordering on like
Meme.
rap.
Right.
Yeah.
Ugly God style.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for real.
But speaking of memes,
Oh boy,
Mr. SoundCloud's gone too far himself.
the sex number.
Tekashi 6ix9ine dropping his latest single for his upcoming EP, I guess. It's gonna be like 6 tracks, I think he said on his Instagram. But yeah, newest single, another wild video from the mans. Let's get this.
Run
ready
it
to
all the
go.
way back here.
Boop, 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 boop.
Beep boop beep boop. All right, this one's interesting as fuck. Starting in the Instagram style, square.
This?
No, wait, started off square.
Oh. Where is this?
New York.
Maybe with where in New York?
I assume his like home neighborhood of Bushwick, but I don't know New York enough to tell. Don't quote me on that. I want to get to the part that's like my favorite part that gets me hyped every time.
I like that.
Here it is.
Damn.
You basically
All
played the
right.
whole song.
I know.
gotta. Might as well.
That one part, it gets me.
We're
every
out
time.
here. It's fine. There's no crime playing the whole song.
Shout out
these
to Tekashi
days.
6ix9ine.
Yeah, dude. Tekashi 6ix9ine. Wow, lots of sex numbers on your body, sir.
Yeah, 200 or some shit.
200. He's got to get like 269. I feel like he can just keep
Oh,
going
my-
up in hundreds.
yeah.
If he's gonna do it. He's got to do it. What are your thoughts, Mark? You seem to dance the most.
I mean, I'm biased. What, like a couple months ago or a month ago, I put him on the people you should know list.
Right.
I'm definitely excited about this guy. He just makes wild hype tracks.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of the actual song and whatnot, it's pretty good. It's not bad. It's definitely like really solid. Not like the best I've heard from him. And same with the video. I mean, the video is far more standard than some of his other crazy ones. But it's a good song. I'm curious to see what the rest of the EP is gonna sound like. That one part towards the end that I played gets me hype every time.
Yeah.
But it's just pretty solid. Nothing better or worse than what I've seen from him. So that's chill. Nothing crazy, but it's a good job.
It's funny because you pretty much just like read my notes off my iPhone here. I wrote a hype song. Don't get me bopping though. I'm not really moving
Yeah.
too hard to that one, except for like rare moments like the one that got you pumped
It's that
there.
flow switch up, I think, is really what like changes
Yeah.
that song.
I feel like the video is significantly lesser than anything he's put out, but do we need to put him up to like a standard of making fucking movies every time he makes a thing? The only thing I thought this video was really interesting and weird is I feel like we don't see gang shit like this anymore. Like, that was wild. I don't know,
Right.
like, is gang shit still cool? Like, real question. Like, I remember like back when it was like, you know, gangster rap, like
Right.
gang shit was like real cool. And I saw this and I was like, oh, that's like, I'd rather see you with your squad all wearing unique outfits than like, oh, everyone wear red. I don't know. Is gang shit cool in 2018?
Yeah, I mean, that was like my biggest complaint with just the video. Like, song aside, I was just like,
That's this video.
two things. No, actually, 3 things. One, this was like, if you follow Tekashi 6ix9ine on his Instagram, he's been like advertising this video like crazy. And for all this like hype that was built up to it is pretty okay compared to his like other way more unique videos. And then 2, it feels very staged. 1, because he definitely had to pay for that cop car to be there and like have the weed all over it and like all these other things. It's just very like His other ones feel like more authentic, where you're like, whoa, like how did they get away with doing this? Whereas like this one is like, all right, like people were paid.
There was like a cheapness to this video.
Yeah, and I feel like this, like the video, like I feel like there's definitely a place in hip hop to do your classic "I got everyone I know behind me" video, but like to like put production value into it, like getting a cop car to put fake weed on, you got to know it's fake because there's got to be a real cop there.
Right.
Like this video is fake as hell. And, like, man, the other videos were so intense and gnarly that, like, to have just a dude standing behind you video be produced feels weird.
And I'm wondering if it's because he's signed to the same label as, like, Trippie Redd now, and if, like, they caused, like, if, like, being on a label caused this more, like, stage setup, and it's less, like, done by him and raw and just, like, they did it however they did it.
The stakes are lower, too. I feel like he has less to prove now that he's put out some really quality stuff.
Right.
So he can start putting out these filler music videos until he puts out the next, like, big one that he hopes to hit mainstream.
So, yeah.
Potentially.
What I thought on this song.
Yeah, what's the Enrique perspective?
I thought it was okay. I thought, compared to his other stuff, there's, like, less. I could have been the videos, because I thought the videos were so important with his other stuff, too.
Yeah.
That it kind of came hand in hand, like, kind of like this very guerrilla, like shot marketing tactics of just like this, like something you shouldn't be watching and like hearing.
Yeah.
And this just feels like safe by comparison.
Right.
So
very safe.
Which is like the opposite of what he should be. So
feels like a.
So I guess like the video did really let me down. I feel almost like that was part of the appeal to me.
Mm-hmm.
So and therefore the song was just okay, and the video I didn't like. So it just ended up being like I almost just didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
It almost feels like a Bobby Shmurda type video.
No, definitely.
You know,
like
it's like
it is weirdly
things.
New York in that like aspect where that's definitely what it reminds me of. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like if I had to recommend Tekashi 6ix9ine to someone, this isn't the video I'm gonna choose.
Last song.
Yeah,
the song's fine, but the video brings it down.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer.
But the song is also not like crazy enough.
No.
Like I heard stuff like that.
It's
There's
not.
other videos and stuff are like I was whoa, this is fucking different.
Yeah.
This is just more like cookie cutter type this song. And it's
Definitely
like
agree.
a good version of it, but it's just okay.
Right.
Man.
So we'll see. Hopefully the EP, there's more of what at least I came to love about him at first. So I don't know. We'll see.
I like him. I'm rooting for him.
He's had a lot of songs. I guess he was due for one misstep. So we'll see what happens. But keeping the hype train going, we got the boy, the man, the most lovable new rapper, I think, of recent time, Rich Chigga, coming out with his latest single,
Easy
Chaos.
Just turned 18, huh?
Just turned 18.
Hit him with that intro.
I wonder
intro got me hyped.
I wonder what that means. Damn.
She gon' suffer some with no love bars. Little Vicky got me curious like I'm on Mars. Singing, I forgot my root, goddamn you went too far. Hey, then you went too far. Got these people all around me, man, they treat me like a star. Girls like I don't give a damn, but I be ballin' like LeVar.
I be ballin' like LeVar.
Oh boy.
Tell him, Rich Chigga. What are your thoughts?
Man, it's just good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't even realize he was only 18. I didn't even know, but that intro was amazing.
That's like he was 16.
I didn't even know. I didn't realize. That's crazy. That stick was 16?
Yeah.
That had to be 17.
No,
No,
that was like last year.
No, yeah, it was like he was.
We weren't living here.
No, he was going from 16 to 17, but he's
that's
still
right.
16 when it
Right,
dropped.
right.
It doesn't mean it's been 2 full years.
That's
It's not
right.
like his birthday. He turned 16 the day he released the video in March.
Yeah, no, that's wild, though. Yeah, he's insanely young and talented, and he has a part in there where he talks about how he's just making a ton of moves, and something about the song was just inspiring and nice.
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked it.
I disagree.
Okay.
I don't like this song.
Really?
Really?
I don't.
That's
Damn.
wild. That's
okay.
unexpected.
Let's hit this fuego take.
It's not necessarily the fact that it's like a fine song, but like I want him to stop. I want him to have more variety than the deadpan voice. It's just like the lyrics are fine. It's just his voice kills it for me. I'm like
Really?
I want more emotion out of it to get hyped out. It's just almost like it's so like it's it almost feels gimmicky to me, his voice at this point. And this song, I was just like, damn, I want to like it, but like, maybe he can't do it. He's like, he has like one of those weird, very monotone voices. But like, man, I wish he could use it more as like an instrument.
Yeah.
So instead, it's just like this constant like note of his voice, and I just don't enjoy it. Like, it's this song. I think the other ones, maybe it was like initially the appeal. I was like, oh, this is cool. But like, I kind of just like, this is like the 5th song he's released, and I'm just like, dude, come on, let's do something else here. So I was just in general just kind of, I thought it was a cool video, and I'm glad that he's getting success. I thought his last song was pretty good, but this one I thought I was just kind of bored by.
Well, all right. I'll taking what you said into account. I will say that of all the production he's had so far, this is the first time where like his voice has noticeably not like fit the music behind it. Whereas like I think he does have range, and I'm not necessarily as worried as you are, because like Glow Like That, he definitely like switches up his voice, is a little more sing-songy. But yeah, I definitely can kind of see how like his voice is more monotone to a much more hyper beat, where like his other ones have like a very low tone. There's like a low bass that like fits his voice.
Yeah,
so
it's
you
like
don't notice
a
it as
cool,
much.
calm and collected, but fucking like in the zone.
Right, where this is like a hype beat, and he's not. He's still in the monotone. I can see that.
And also, I would say like I know a hype beat was the one where X and what's that song like Gospel?
Yeah.
I felt like his voice kind of worked on that one because the beat changed, and also everyone else was screaming on it.
Right.
So, so it was more like, oh, it's a change of pace.
Right.
But then when the whole song is just warped, like focused on his voice and just like him the whole time, I felt like it kind of showed some cracks where I was just like, ooh, I don't know if this, like, it's not bad, but I'm like, I'm a little worried. This is what like Mark.
Fair.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, like that's why I've been so eager for like a Rich Chigga project, because I'm like, I like Rich Chigga in like bits and doses, like I like his singles, but I'm curious what like 45 minutes straight of Rich Chigga is gonna be like, and whether or not
it's just gonna be
it's gonna sound very samey, and I'm gonna get bored.
Yeah, it can sound really good.
Right.
I'm just worried that he just needs to show versatility. It's just like. He just in the long run he just has to, and he has to constantly prove it since he started as basically a gimmick.
Right.
So, yeah.
So yeah,
It's all super fair. I agree. Hell yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, we'll see where he goes from here. We'll see. That's all we can say is we'll see. But why don't we take a looky
Whoa!
at yet another Ski Master Slump God song. I feel like he's an official member of this podcast because we've reviewed so many of his songs. But he just keeps pumping out good shit.
He's making moves every day.
Although we didn't review his project.
I know, which is very tough.
We've only reviewed his. I thought we were supposed to review, and I listened to it, but then we didn't.
That's really funny.
So I'm way more aware of him now.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, let's make the people aware with this little snippet.
Lickety.
Hey.
Oh, God.
Yo. Ooh. Yo, bitch, gon' catch my phone just like a goalie, won't we have hoes up just like Zach and Cody. Pockets up pregnant, I'm baby, jump on it. My pockets up nosy, but no me, yo, poke it. I'm pussy hocus. I'm a focus. My heart is silver. It's the colors. Flush like a kid. Feel like knitters. Then I turn her face into a babysitter. Diamonds like fingers. Watch flicker. Snake man on vocals. Go like thicker. Sharper than stickers. Make straight from the bitter. Yo, bitch, I'm a hot dog. That's the my wiener.
Ooh! Damn. And let's get a little bit of the feature on here.
Man, he said wiener.
He said wiener.
I'm in.
Sounds great.
Yeah, Offset sounds great over my speakers right now.
Oh, what's that? Damn. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Ooh. God damn.
Jesus.
Yeah, let me just say.
Dude, Offset takes off.
Offset,
That's a fact.
Offset was going off on that shit.
Yeah, he went.
I feel like Takeoff got left off.
That shit was nuts.
Take
I mean,
off,
just
lift
an
off.
all-around fucking fire track. This is, I think, everything I wanted, right? We got unique production from Timbaland, who respected, I guess, the Missy Elliott remix and decided to hop on this bad boy.
Yeah.
Sounding amazing. Both Ski Mask and Offset going in. Shout outs to the Hocus Pocus reference. Just saw that movie for the first time a couple weeks ago.
Damn.
But fucking, it's just so good. And Ski Mask is just proving yet again that he's more than just a SoundCloud bass boosted artist.
More than the Slump God.
I mean,
Boy,
like,
I'm
he's
excited
genuinely
about him.
very, very funny. Too.
Yeah.
Like Zach and Cody. And,
And he said
Yeah.
Wiener, dude.
yeah, he said
I
Wiener
love,
too,
dude.
which is just fucking hilarious.
I feel like Slump God says some words in hip hop that I've never heard get said in hip hop. Like he's just like I love this guy. I feel like he's such a pusher and a game changer. He's X without being a shitty man. Like he's fun. He's interesting.
Different, he's interesting.
funny. I just like him a lot, and I feel like seeing him collab with someone more like on the like main line of hip hop, like Migos
who
and
crushed
shit.
who crushed
I mean,
the song.
Migos. He's got
Destroyed.
big features. Migos, Fur, Yachty. I mean,
Yeah.
solid people he's working with right now.
I cannot wait to watch this boy continue to like take off.
I love this song. I thought the two Ski and Offset were great. Production wise, I thought it was cool, but I was like, I kind of wanted something else.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was like a cool beat, like throughout.
Okay.
But I was like, damn, I kind of wish there was just something else. I don't know what it was.
Something,
would be.
yeah.
It was like perhaps maybe I like that he's going, so I appreciate so much. It's like a very different, weird skeletal beat.
Right.
Yeah,
And
just
it-
so rare.
And it sounds cool as fuck. But I just like I wanted something. I just like maybe between both of them or something, just to like. I felt like I just needed a little more oomph to me. But
Right.
that would have made it like a great song, a song I'd go back to a lot. And now it's just a pretty good song. So
yeah.
I thought that. I was just trying to think. I was like, oh, I think this is good. But whoa. Shh.
We're filming a podcast.
We out
Yeah,
here.
no
yeah.
worries. It's all
No
good.
worries.
It's all good. Man, Suge Knight finally got here.
We arrived.
He finally saw the clip.
He knew. He pulled up. He was like, "Yo."
I was nervous seeing him walk in like that too.
Excuse me.
Damn.
So yeah, I think. Yeah, otherwise this would be like a song I would have been like, this is the fucking best song ever.
Right.
But now it's just like a pretty good, fun song with both of them, with a really interesting beat.
Just
Yeah.
a standout. I put it as like two standout verses from the both of them.
Definitely.
Yeah, they're both, the verses are the best.
Yeah.
They're so good.
I
Yeah.
feel like I love the skeletal beat. I think it was insanely simple, and I think you're right. Like, if there was an extra element added, like even halfway through the song or at some point, like that'd be really fun and exciting. But I think it was exciting to hear like two really talented people not need a lot of like crazy production to just be good.
Yeah, they definitely showed them off more.
Yeah, I feel like it featured a lot more of the like rapper rather than the beat, which is
For sure.
the opposite of a lot of like what trends are going on right now with people like Lil Pump and whatnot.
Yeah,
Right.
So-
it's true because like parts of the song, it's just the beat goes away and they're just
And
rapping
great.
like nothing. It's like acapella,
Mm-hmm.
like at that end point with Ski.
Damn, I liked it a lot.
Well,
Yeah.
that made me think of just like an interesting perspective because I feel like the thing with Ski Mask that's almost like a gift and a curse is I feel like he's just the type of person that you just put like any type of basic or just any music and he's just gonna rap. Like he just wants to rap, and so I could just go like, and he would just like go off on that for like a minute. But I feel like because of that, he's not gonna be the type to do like a big Kanye orchestration with his like music and his like sound where like I don't know, things transition or bleed into the next. It's just gonna
He's
be
gonna
like
rap.
beat and I'm gonna go off.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see what that'll like mean going forward.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, are we gonna have enough of just like
I feel
you
like
spitting
if
bars
there's like a producer, not necessarily him, but maybe he teams up with a producer throughout a whole project,
that can just
like a
expand
Carnage
on
or
it.
Like a
something.
Timbaland.
Yeah.
Or Timbaland, just somebody who's like in charge of like managing his sound. 'Cause he
Yeah.
can rap, obviously, he can
Right.
rap songs, and like have it be very focused sonically. I think he could do something, but otherwise, he could if he releases a project. The last one was pretty coherent, but it could just be a fucking mess of a bunch of different sounds.
Right.
But he sounds great on each song individually, but maybe as a whole might not sync as well. So I think his best moves would be to find somebody to like focus in and like let's hone in on some songs.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, I think the boy is just ready to rap, and if you put him on whatever you put him on, he'll do it
Yep.
just fine.
Yeah.
So
if
someone's
he
just
finds-
gotta take him under his wing for sure.
Yep. Very much agree, man. But at the end of the day, one thing we can say is he's got the juice.
Ooh, and that's gonna lead us into our next track.
Yo, got him.
Which is Yo Gotti, his new track, Juice. Let's give you guys a little sample.
Juice.
Juice.
I
Refreshing.
never saw his picture.
OJ
It's
the
so
Juice
funny.
Man?
I got that juice, no AP. She got that juice, she got that juice, she got that juice.
This might sound like every fucking song from Yo Gotti.
I do it down to the damn. I thought he could just spell DMs and that was it.
Break it up. Break it up.
Stones on my neck, ooh, blood on my set, ooh, water on my wrist, drip, glitter on my bitch. My ex was a waitress, so I gave her a tip. Oh, my ex fucked a lane, now she working double shifts. No drop money ain't the same, you a lane, get it cut. Oh, I did 10 million in a month, not a year. Juice, I get 50 racks in the club to a pill. Juice, I blew 2 mil on my dog for a pill. I got that juice.
They go down and then they go down.
Can I start this off?
Yeah, go
Please,
for
because I
it.
think we're on the same page here.
Well, no, I don't think we are.
Maybe not.
It's funny because, like, in theory, I think I shouldn't like this.
Oh, here we go.
But-
Here we go. Of all the
but-
people.
But I do.
Of all the people. Okay, let's hear it.
And I really have it literally sounds the same as Rake It Up. It's like, he has like 10 songs that sound like this, but it's just so catchy.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so, and I'm like, oh, there's just something about it that's like, I don't like him. And like, everything he said, I'm like, oh, that's stupid. But there's just some vibe given off on the track that I don't know. It's just infectious to me, and like I ended up enjoying it.
It's hard because I agree with you, like, sound-wise. This song sounds really fun. It sounds generic. It sounds really fun. But I just hate Yo Gotti.
Yeah.
I just can't get down in the DMs with him at all. Like, there's nothing about Yo Gotti to me that doesn't seem, like, pushed and fake. Like, I don't know. I feel like I hear Yo Gotti all over the radio, but I've never seen him occur naturally online. Ever. I've never seen someone I like be like, yeah, Yo Gotti.
Dude, talking about Rake It Up? 'Cause that song is...
Which is on the radio.
That song
But
is-
have any of your friends posted it or talked about it?
Yeah, because of Nikki's verse, the China.
Oh, because Nikki.
Oh,
says-
because
China.
Nikki
But that's
rhymed
because
China
Nikki-
with China
China with
14
China with
times.
China with China. Dude, that was crazy.
Yeah.
That's a lot of China.
Bars.
But that was Nikki.
I love the China verse.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool with that shit.
I
am cool with that shit.
fucking love that verse.
I like Nikki.
But
But
to
they're
be
posting
honest,
'cause
though,
of
I
Nikki.
do stop that song after she leaves because
Yeah.
I'm like, this is enough. Also, because I like that this song's like 2 minutes and 30 seconds because that's as much as I could take of Yo
Yo
Gotti.
Gotti, yeah.
And there's just like a cool, fun, slick, like laid back slickness to it that I enjoy. And it's not. I can't really defend it, but there's just something in me that enjoys
I
it.
feel it though. The song sounds okay.
I can't
It sounds nice.
defend it.
Because, yeah, I mean, I just, like, I don't know. Yo Gotti has just been someone who's very popular, and I don't get it. And I'm just like, he's got to be industry push.
Media dollars.
I feel like maybe I need to meet someone who's a fan, so then I'll get it. But, like,
But I haven't.
it's just, yeah.
I'm a fan.
Anybody like Yo Gotti, let us know.
Yeah,
Anybody.
other than this man.
Send us all individual tweets.
I don't count. I enjoy 2 songs.
But do you like Yo Gotti?
Are we gonna review his album then? Are you gonna champion his album?
Well, when does it come out?
It's coming out in like 2 weeks.
All right, I'll listen to it.
Yeah.
I'm a Yo Gotti review corner.
All right, we'll
right,
see.
okie
We'll put
dokie.
it on the list.
You got it.
Mondo
got it.
Mondo Cool incoming. Yo Gotti's gonna be my favorite album of the year.
Also, I'd like to point out there's a part in his verse where he's like, I got a security team, but I'm the shooter. And I was like,
Yo Gotti win.
Well, first of all, there's the Young Dolph scandal where
True.
he's apparently responsible for that. So
Oh.
I'm like, did you just snitch on yourself?
Nice work.
Or is it the classic, you're not really about that life, but you said you are? I don't know. I mean, either scenario, it's awkward.
Yeah.
Because either you are responsible for shooting Young Dolph, or you're lying on the track.
I wouldn't take anything he says in a song as real. I think he just said that just to. It's just
But
everything-
right after you're accused of shooting Young Dolph
It
is a
doesn't
bold
matter.
move.
I think everything he says is garbage.
Yeah.
Like, but there's just,
But you love him.
But it's like real laid back, cool garbage.
Okay.
And it's just, sometimes you need some junk food. He's like the I don't know. He's like the Doritos Locos Tacos.
Yeah.
Of rap.
He feels like a parody of good music with no jokes. Like he has the sound.
But it's like kind of funny.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't know why, but it's just like the fact, just like rick it up, rick it up, rick it up, rick it up,
Rick it
like,
up, rick it up,
rick it up.
rick it.
It go down in the DM.
DMs.
It go down.
It's just.
Which he also got a Nicki. Didn't he get a Nicki feature for
Well,
that
she
too?
did a remix, I think.
Was it her? Okay, but that seems pretty suspicious. This man who comes out of nowhere that nobody seems to fuck with, that just really, like, I don't know who's really in it, and then he gets 2 Nicki features. Is that, like, not, like, an industry red flag right there?
I think, I don't really care.
Nicki's not just giving out features.
I don't care whether or not he's industry pushed, but there's, like, a meme rap type thing for me with him. That just, like, he thinks, like, a phrase or something, and he just kind of, like... Definitely probably industry push because each like the concepts and stuff are like, all right, strippers, what do they do? Yeah. And it's like, oh, they rake up money. That's a good song.
It's on the radio constantly.
Like, all right, how about like DMs? It's like, oh, that's so fucking relevant. Like, but like I love. It's just so bad and stupid that there's just some. It gets to me. I don't know why. Maybe I don't know if I'm the ideal audience for Yo Gotti.
I feel like the idea.
It hits a line, and I don't know why that line hits for me.
I mean, there's definitely a catchiness I get to it, but
I get the catchiness.
I don't like the man behind it, I guess.
I hate
and it's
him.
just enough to ruin the whole.
Oh,
vibe.
I don't like him.
He's gross.
No, he is.
Yo gotta go.
You gotta go.
Damn.
Well, I mean, he shot that dude, right? That's what everyone.
Young Dolph got out
right?
of the hospital, I think, today. Was it not? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But is that like it's not like a thing? He's just saying he didn't, but it's like everyone thinks.
I mean,
I haven't
the
read too much.
LAPD has officially like denounced him as like a possibility, but
Yeah, but was it
that was
just
like
because he
initially when it
has
happened,
a bunch of
everyone
money
did it.
and
Yeah,
stuff?
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's the LAPD. I can't exactly trust them on their word, so.
Okay.
Dang.
But that about concludes Hot or Not and leads us into our hip-hop headlines. And the first is a bit of wild Billboard statistic news, so we'll see what happens with that. But basically, Billboard is reportedly in the works to counting YouTube streams as album sales going forward. So that's a pretty bold decision.
So here's the thing. YouTube, you gonna tell us what a view is? Because, damn.
That's what I'm saying.
To have that happen, you gotta reveal your entire algorithm, and you can't change it constantly, fuckboys. So YouTube, I don't trust you in the slightest. Get the fuck out. Stop. Because, like, specifically with YouTube, and it's been proven with songs like Gangnam Style, a lot of those views are fake as fuck and bought by the industry, and to the point where YouTube will legitimately remove 30 million views off a new song. And you're like, whoa, that's weird that 30 million people didn't actually watch that and the views counted for a while. Like, ghost viewing is very much a thing. You can buy views on YouTube. It's not a joke. Check out Ty Lopez. You think he got 1 million views organically? Not how that goes. Anyways, I think that's suspicious and I don't trust it. I don't think YouTube should be included in music right now. They need to get their shit together as a video website before they enter another, like, genre.
Yeah, I think Billboard's definitely going to have to take a deeper look into this because, like, it sounds good on paper in terms of, like, you know, people coming from, like, World Star Hip Hop getting those millions of views and, like, not really getting onto, like, the radio or the Billboard charts.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, views are very questionable, and then
What's
that
a view?
allows things like, I don't know, 4chan can be like, let's make this dumb song really popular, and now it's on the Billboard charts.
Or Jake Paul could be.
Jake Paul's on the Billboard charts
And then you
now.
get all these YouTube fuckboys who already have an audience that just naturally get these many views. They're now musical artists because they did something else.
Right. So
Ugh,
it's
gross,
tough
bad.
but I mean, we'll also see, maybe they'll figure out, you know, the balance in terms of just how many views count as, like, streams or something. I don't know. It's in the
thumbnails
it's
are gonna
in
get
the
worse.
prototype stage. So
Thumbnails are going to get worse because
I
they're just
think-
going to be like, click my video.
I think in general this is in concept like an idea that is good.
right.
Yeah.
Like just the fact that like a lot of times there could be songs that they make no money off of YouTube. And that really sucks.
Right.
Like big time. So I'd rather people just like it be like a trash fire for like a year or two until they figure it out than it not happen at all. So I think this is a good initial move.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it's a good initial move, but YouTube's broken. So, like, that's the hard part. Like, I feel like it could be a great play, but I get the same video recommended on my homepage, and I watched it a year ago. I can't wait. Mr. Cat wants to say hey to the chat.
Rub one on the mic.
That's
Why
kind of
on the
nice.
mic,
I hope
Mr.
that
Cat?
sounds nice.
I hope you get some nice cat ASMR from that.
Damn. But yeah, dude, I don't know, man. I just don't trust YouTube in the slightest, and I don't want them ruining charts like they ruined their website. Because, like you said, this is a great idea, Mr. Cat. Please let me just pet you. So YouTube counting streaming towards like the Billboard, incredible idea, great concept. But YouTube as a video website, also an incredible idea, great concept. I don't think either of them are gonna work well.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah, but like you're right. I wish these YouTube views could count, but I wish YouTube was working first. And that's really it.
Yeah,
It's just broken.
it's broken,
Yeah.
but the Billboard's also just kind of broken too.
I mean,
It's
that's
all- yeah,
true.
you're right.
That's true.
That's a great point as well.
So I don't know. I think it's just
Any steps to possibly fix it is good.
I would say also just I don't know. I just feel like just music's just getting back to where like like the internet used to be kind of like this crazy place with all these crazy possibilities. This is just part of like making music all like kind of like the mainstream type. Cause like commodifying like the internet to be part of like the Billboard is like kind of like a last step to like not being like these are not two separate things anymore.
Yeah.
The mainstream is YouTube music, right? Like and this just feels like kind of like almost a nail in the coffin for like interesting stuff.
Yeah. Other question: how does autoplay like go into this shit? Because damn, I'm listening to someone I like from SoundCloud, and I get up to wash my hands and sneeze, and next thing you know, I'm playing Kodak Black. Now he gets an award. I'm upset.
He gets an award
Because YouTube
like
autoplay.
the stream and then
So I'm listening to Slump God. I get up to go get a
but
quick snack.
SoundCloud works the same way.
If you're listening to the feed, it goes by radio, but also like it doesn't go. But
What?
the way there's a difference between SoundCloud and YouTube's algorithm. YouTube goes what's already popular and what's already massive and big. Here it is. SoundCloud, I get songs with like 59 listens at random autoplayed, and I'm like, yeah, that's autoplay for the people. But YouTube specifically is like, oh, here's a deep. Say you're watching Six Dogs, and next thing you know, they're playing X because that's SoundCloud, and now X has more views because I got up, and it's gonna keep going until I come back to that computer, and all these artists are gonna get ghost views that aren't real. And like, damn, that just being popular for being popular.
It's like people just leave their radio on. It's the same thing.
But it doesn't count your radio.
Yeah, it does.
Does it count the amount of people listening to a song towards like awards?
Not necessarily. Well,
Because this is an actual number that they're using for like data to give people prizes.
I don't know. It was like Pandora and stuff too work like that. Like when people listen to music, it's just like these radio stations.
Do they
like,
count
online.
Pandora streams towards Billboard?
I think so. I think they count.
I don't
Yeah,
think
they do.
so.
It's like music streaming sites. Yes, they
It's
counted.
like
Spotify, Pandora, like all those are counted for like streams.
How does Pandora work when you're not even choosing the music you want to listen to?
Yeah, they still get. Yeah, they
See,
do.
then I think overall the system is if Pandora counts, then the whole system's fishy.
No, it is fishy. I'm not arguing that it's not fishy.
Oh, for sure. No,
But
I get that.
I'm just, I don't know. It's like, it sucks, but they're not going to change it. They want the people who are making money to make the most money. 'Cause
No, it's true.
YouTube only cares about like their biggest content creators. As can be seen about them right now, they're fixing for only like the premier YouTubers are complaining, like their complaints, but nobody else.
But unfortunately, a premier YouTuber in this era is the word a brand, because like Philip DeFranco and H3H3 and like many Casey Neistat, that's not a brand, that's a YouTuber. He maybe made himself a brand, but for example, there was the Las Vegas shooting and whatnot. Casey Neistat makes a video where all the money from the video goes to a charity. Jimmy Fallon makes a video where he literally just goes, "Oh, it happened." Jimmy Fallon gets ad, Casey Neistat does not. Brands are getting ads, and YouTubers are losing them. And it's very sad.
Did you not see today's news? Mm-mm. Okay, so that's what I was talking about.
Okay, I missed it.
No, YouTube is specifically catering now towards like the YouTubers that are big.
But what does
So,
that
like,
mean? Are they
so
writing
they're
a
just-
letter just like Facebook said they would stop
They're
copyright?
giving them options and like things to do in order. It's basically the big like the Philip DeFrancos and stuff. Basically, so they stop complaining and being like the big voices of reason. They're gonna like give them everything they want, but then nobody else is gonna get it. So that's
Good luck.
So that's it.
I can't wait for that to like probably fail.
Yeah.
Ugh. Because even the big YouTubers are gonna be mad at that.
Yeah.
Because they were small YouTubers.
But that's what they're pulling right now.
They're gonna just
I
all
think
right. We're
that's
putting
what
the
they're
class
trying-
system in. Let's go.
Yeah, they're making a class system now on YouTube.
It's disgusting.
So it's just no different than like real life. So
Ugh.
YouTube has become real.
YouTube
Yeah.
ruined the planet. Damn. But you know who's still getting mad?
Let me tell you, the
Me
man
over YouTube, and I'm sorry.
Nah, the man you know who's gonna be mad about stuff, Eminem, coming in, causing huge headlines out of the BET Hip Hop Awards with his 4-minute cipher, throwing shots directly at the dumbass in the White House.
Wait, are you gonna play it?
Yeah.
Can I just do it?
Yeah.
Just do your...
Lyrical, spiritual, lyrical, blah, blah, fuck Trump.
There you go.
Let's not even play it.
No, we're gonna play some of it.
Lyrical, spiritual, lyrical.
Oh, that's gonna mess it up.
Storm right here.
How am I gonna start?
Wait, how was I gonna start this song?
That part's us.
I forgot.
Did you?
Oh yeah. That's an awfully hot coffee pot. Should I drop it on Donald Trump? Probably not, but that's all I got till I come up with a solid.
That part was annoying. Especially when it's online.
Got a plan and now I got a hatchet like a damn Apache with a tomahawk. I'ma walk inside a mosque on Ramadan and say a prayer that every time talks.
Wait, I haven't listened to Not.
She gets around. I'ma stop.
This is the #1 trending video on YouTube today, by the way. Just for
Really?
reference.
But we
Number
better
1.
give Obama props, cause what we got in office now's a kamikaze that'll probably cause a nuclear holocaust. And while the drama pops and he waits for shit to quiet down, he'll just gas his plane up and fly around till the bombing stops. Intensity's heightened, tensions are rising. Trump, when it comes to giving a shit, you're stingy as I am. Except when it comes to having the balls to go against me, you hide them. Cause you don't got the nuts like an empty asylum.
Lyrical.
But I'm not a rapper.
Spiritual miracle.
But I'm not a rapper though. Yeah, it's about another 3 more minutes of that.
Acapella freestyling.
And this one's difficult because it's like, one, I mean, yeah, fuck Trump,
Difficult.
fuck, everything he does, and there's obviously some amazing points he makes, but more so towards the end. But it's weird. It's just like an angry spoken word at the Hip Hop Awards, and then it's very like crazy overhyped. It unfortunately overshadowed everyone else that performed there.
At the BET Awards.
Yeah, at the BET
The
Awards.
BET Awards, Eminem's the big
I
point.
feel,
Yeah.
well, it's like the problem with what Eminem exists as, like, in theory, probably the most popular rapper. Right? Just by his numbers, right? A person who appeals to literally, like, everyone, like, even old school people because of his underground, like, roots to, like, he was also, like, a pop star, weirdly. But, yeah, I don't think this was, like, for us. And I think it's just for, like, there's just such a, like, a rednecky, like, red side to, like, Eminem's, like, fan base that I'm just glad he took a stance and he said something as opposed to not saying anything. And the fact of saying, hey, you could follow me or you can follow Trump. You have to choose. And I'm glad he made that distinction, that line, and I'm like, wow, that's actually really hard. I mean, like, that's a scary thing because you divide your audience because... At the same time, Eminem's never really cared about those type of things. He also has more money he could ever.
He's at a point where he shouldn't care.
Yeah, he shouldn't care. So I'm glad he did it. I was surprised this didn't happen earlier. I feel like it's kind of annoying that it didn't. But overall, I mean, like, this is not like a great freestyle or anything. It's not like, oh, guys, look at this rhyme schemes. Hot pot, Scott pot,
Coffee pot, super hot, super hot.
But like I think just a fun thing to do is if you look at like kind of like the more like alt-righty Eminem fan responses and just seeing like how mad they are. And it just made it worth it to me.
Right. Yeah.
I was just looking, and I was just like, oh, they're so mad. This is great.
I want to jump off that because my favorite part about this was reading the YouTube comment section. And you're right. I feel like Eminem does come across this really like weird, like I don't know, Southern almost like style of like just appealing to that like type of person. And so many people in the comment sections were like, man, I really like Eminem, but I don't know what to do because I also like Trump. And all the replies were like, he literally told you he drew the line you to choose. And they were like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, wow, that really like, you're choosing between a rapper and the president? Like, this is crazy that this is like a thing we're talking about. But yeah, I like that this pissed off a lot of his fan base because I think a lot of his fan base is the like, that style of person, and it's cool to see them get a little their jimmies rustled.
I also
dang
like
snowflakes.
seeing certain people who like Eminem. Eminem used to be anti-establishment, but now it seems like he's pro the establishment. I was like, who the fuck is president to you right now?
Yeah.
I know.
Who do you think is the establishment right now?
Classic Hollywood can't keep their mouth shut.
Yeah,
It's just like, dude.
No, they say establishment, implying like the like the trend of like what people are supporting.
Mm-hmm.
People are supporting Trump right now. This is anti the thing that's like the biggest thing right now.
Right.
So yeah, he's literally not doing anything different that he's ever done before.
And then just one more thing to jump on. You said it really well, too. You were like, this didn't feel like it was made for us. And I think you're right, because all my hip-hop friends who really like hip-hop, none of them could give a shit. I saw them post great parody Snapchats. Very funny. All my people who don't listen to hip-hop were like, this is the best thing that happened. Meanwhile, like, YG came out with Fuck Donald Trump and didn't get a lot of credit. But,
Right.
I don't know.
And so, yeah, to basically jump off from what you were saying, my biggest point was like, did it need to happen? Yes. Did it open up an interesting dialogue? Yes.
Yes.
Did it rattle the alt-right's jimmies? Yes. Platform choice? Questionable. Like, I mean, because he's basically preaching to the choir. Like, we're all like, yeah, we've been saying this for a long time. And, like, he was really taking shots at Trump and, like, Midwestern rednecks and, like, the alt-right and, like, people he's had to deal with. And it was just like the audience, like people, like black people essentially, were not like getting anything like new out of this. And he ended up just taking shine out of a lot of like other black artists at the BET Hip Hop Awards. So
That's
like
true.
that was like a little questionable. And now Eminem's the face of the BET Hip Hop Awards right now. But like, it did need to happen.
Yeah, it's very
So,
difficult. It's
yeah,
like one
it's
of
like
those.
it's a definitely like complex moment, but
Man.
for sure.
At the end of the day, fuck Donald Trump, though. That's
But yeah,
nice.
still fuck Donald Trump forever and ever and ever. So there's that.
Ever and ever and
also,
ever.
I mean,
Forever
like,
and ever and ever.
I mean, this is not. I mean, it's bad as him, but
Right.
more people maybe might be aware of the BET Awards in the future because of this.
Yeah,
And
hopefully,
that might
yeah.
work out. I mean,
Hopefully.
it's just weird thing when like he's using like his platform is such a weird one, existing as like the white rapper who's also like the most popular rapper,
Right.
and like existing in that space. Like I feel like any decisions he makes, it kind of like somebody gets fucked over.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it sucks that like everybody else kind of got outshined because like Kendrick gave a great performance.
Ski
and
Mask was
Ski
there.
Mask.
A lot of people were there.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's it. That's all I
Dang.
need to-
That's about all to say. But I mean, speaking of Donald Trump and Twitter fingers, Lil B has weirdly been wilding on both Facebook and Twitter. Some good points, some I don't know what you're doing.
Got zucked?
But the man decided to unprecedentedly just go in on Post Malone. I guess someone had to do it, and Lil B decided to step up. Fucking roasting Post Malone for just on a series of tweets, referring to him as French Toast Malone, basically saying Post Malone is slowly turning into a white dude. Law, he's pushing it. Give him a few years, he's gonna be full country and hate blacks. LOL. And there's a bunch of other tweets, but
Miley Cyrus.
I mean, I don't know.
Can we read those real quick? Just real quick ones.
The Post Malone response to it was, "It ain't Lil B. Lil B don't say hateful shit. Like, don't give this hacker no attention."
What a great reply.
Yeah.
What an incredible reply.
That's some power play.
Huge reply from Post Malone.
But that only spurred Lil B to go even more in. I think that's the point. This article doesn't have it, but I think that's the point where he starts like really going in on him, calling him French toast. So I don't know. Maybe it is a hack, or maybe it's something.
Rich
but
Triple?
then I don't know. He'd also have to have. I don't know. Actually,
Like,
That's
that shit
great.
was fun.
Damn, so you saying the dude who shouted me out wasn't Lil B?
damn.
Damn.
It's just weird because he does have a point
Real
in
quick,
terms
though.
of like Lil B's been wilding unprecedentedly.
Lil B posting Post Malone's post on his Instagram. Kind of funny. I think that's just wildly interesting to like screenshot someone else's tweet for your Instagram. Kind of fun.
Interesting. Interesting.
Interesting. Also, you hear you got zucked?
Yeah.
Got
so the
zucked.
man's banned off Facebook for the next like 30 days or some shit.
Hey, was this the incident that...
Well, yeah, he said, he was like, oh, apparently I got banned from Facebook for talking about white people, was his response. So, I mean,
Wow.
I don't know.
Damn, Lil B. I mean, it is weird to
I
see
think
Lil
he
B
might have
being
said something
hateful.
else because I don't know. This just seems.
There
so,
was a
like,
bunch of posts about like him dealing with like gay people and transgender people.
Was it about that?
It could have been about that.
He's had some really fucking questionable stuff
Yeah,
with the
there's been
LGBTQ
some
community.
questionable stuff, mainly with transgender people.
He's
it's
had
been
some really
questionable.
like very questionable comments about like being gay.
Yeah.
So like,
But he's gay.
So he says.
is he?
That's the title of his album.
He reiterated that, I think, in one of the rants.
Oh, did he?
It's just wild. He's just really, I don't know. I hope he's okay.
Man, I don't want to see Lil B being a hater, and I get it. Like I understand. I think the classic like white person coming into hip hop and then going country like Miley did is a
Right.
scary ass thing that is happening and shouldn't be happening. But this is like calling Post out before he's done anything that I've found to be questionable.
Right.
I mean, there's videos that come out from like not ancient, but like past times where he's not the best man's. But like, I don't know. Should we be attacking Post Malone right now?
It's
Maybe.
weird.
Maybe not.
It's weird.
But it's weirder to see Lil B the positivity.
That's
guy.
what I'm saying. That's why I say
I'm
it's
really
weird.
upset.
Is I'm
Yeah.
like, whoa, when Lil B's not spreading
Yeah.
positivity, that's when you know.
And, like,
2017 is fucked.
I think that's why I'm saying it's weird that he's targeting Post Malone, because I feel like if Lil B's gonna pull the like I'm mad card at anybody, I feel like that's like I don't know if that's like the man to
Right.
be mad at.
I don't know.
But also, you do you. I don't mind. Whatever.
Any
Yeah.
stance on the bass gun?
I don't like Post Malone, so
Yeah, so I was like,
kinda
are you fired up? He's getting
I
called
kinda
French
like-
Toast Malone?
Yeah, I thought that's hilarious.
Can I
It's
ask
so
really
funny.
quick, out of curiosity, like what do you like about him?
I feel like he's. I feel like there's nothing like interesting about him, and he just kind of like co-ops like trends and whatnot, and makes music from that. And he just, I don't know why, but for him, he feels industry pushed, and he bothers me more than like other people we mentioned in the past.
Yeah, I could agree with him being industry pushed 100%.
Yeah.
Like very.
I still like him
industry
though.
pushed.
That's the hard part.
I don't like. He's okay. He seems,
But it's fair.
He seems like a chill, okay person. But like, I don't like the position he's brought himself into, and like some of the things he said, I'm like, I don't know, dude. Also, his decisions for like making like different music, country music and stuff, and like first starting out, like I feel like maybe if he wasn't called out like this, he could have made some more questionable decisions in the future. I think this might deter him, which is good. Because I would be legit really pissed. I'll feel like I'd be like, yeah, I told you so if it happened.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like I want it to happen.
Right. Man, I just don't want Lil B to be mad. I want Lil B to be smiling and following everybody on Twitter by hand.
Being a goofball.
Just be Lil B. I mean, man, do you and speak when you want to speak.
And
Say
stay
whatever.
based.
Say whatever,
Yeah,
but stay
that's
based,
true.
man. It just felt like I want to be mad at someone today.
Well, speaking of being mad at someone, Needle Drop has finally given his response to the Fader hit piece on him. He gave a lengthy, almost half-hour response, basically clearing up the allegations against him. I watched the whole thing the other day to get caught up on his perspective. And
Context here.
basically,
the whole
that's
thing.
right. You weren't here last episode.
I know. I wasn't here.
Yeah. Okay, so running back the full story. Basically,
Needle drop it on me.
Needle Drop
Wait,
had.
wait, sorry, what do you know?
I've read a little bit of the Fader article. I would love to be just filled in more.
Okay.
So basically, Needle Drop, transition, the internet's busiest music nerd, had a side channel that used to be his like original YouTube channel called That Is the Plan. And it was just like a meme shit posting YouTube, not monetized.
I mean, initially it started off as like him doing covers and like vlogs and just stuff that wouldn't be on the main channel.
Yeah.
But then it kind of like turned into like a
meme
like a
channel.
Tim and Eric-y meme.
Yeah, I've seen the
channel.
videos.
Yeah, so
I like
So I
watching the videos in
guess
question.
Yeah.
I guess some author at Fader came across it and just saw it as like very
Went
problematic and sus, and wanted to like email Anthony Fantano and make him defend himself about it. And rather than responding, he just took like a screenshot of the email that the Fader person sent him and said "hit piece incoming" and like posted it. And sure enough, like he wrote that really lengthy like article talking about
accusing him being like
associated with the alt-right
and using that as a plan and like those meme videos as a platform.
So yeah, a pretty bold statement.
Feels half-baked.
And at first I was kind of like, I mean, maybe, I don't know, like, maybe. But after watching the response, I feel pretty clearly that, like, this person just, like, was clearly a person who's like, I think Anthony Fantano's overrated. And I think not a lot of people should be supporting this guy.
That's what I felt.
And then he found, like, a kind of narrative to put against him and just, like, put it out there. Because a lot of it's, like, not even true. A lot of stuff's taken out of context. And just, like, it just, like, once Fantano pretty accurately and succinct, like, pretty just full-heartedly goes through his stuff, gives a pretty comprehensive breakdown of everything the article says and what really happened. And it just kind of crumbles.
He did take down his channel. Like, he took down all the videos because they got demonetized. But so when the hit piece was incoming, he also took down his videos. So that
people saw it as suspicious.
Suspicious as fuck. But in the video, the response video, he linked like the unlisted videos all in there that are mentioned in the article for people to watch.
Yeah, they were still up. You were still able to watch them.
Yeah, but he had them in there just so people could watch them. With context.
I think that's incredibly important because like I saw this Fader article come out and I read it and I got to the end and I'm like, all right, where's the like big one where I'm like, ooh, this is a bad man. Like he's for sure. Like, yep. Got him.
I guess the biggest one was the beat and like rape Lena Dunham thing.
Yeah,
and that's like,
but then there wasn't even rape was not even mentioned.
Yeah, rape was not even mentioned.
And then they updated the article like 4 times until they took it out because like all he described was like if Lena Dunham tried to beat him up, he beat the shit out of her, and he described it very vividly and uncomfortably. To the point that it was like, Lena Dunham was like, "Hey, Anthony Fantano was like, hey, are you sure you want to talk about this?"
Man, I had a hard time with this one because I was just like, we're in an era of call out culture, and I think that shit is important. But this felt like they were just like, all right, like Lil B, who am I calling out today? Who's today's racist? And like, I think there's a lot of people who are racist that should be called out. But like, when I saw the evidence on this one, I was just like, man, I feel you on a lot of these points, but none of them are like, this guy is evil. Like, this guy's got some really, really bad things to say, and he's trying to cause harm. But then I also just got really annoyed with a lot of people on Facebook just instantly, like, I feel like read the title of the article, and that's the world we live in nowadays, where most people will read the Fader title and not read the article.
He got shows canceled and stuff. He had live shows that got canceled because people thought he was with the alt-right.
It happens with, worst example, happened with Sam Hyde. Sam Hyde actually questionable as fuck, but like all his shit got canceled because of like alt-right associations as well. Definitely, yeah, but I'm saying like people getting their shows canceled because of alt-right associations, and this is now affecting the person we're talking about.
To him, they're like, "Oh, new Sam Hyde." Was what I think the
right, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They were like, "Oh, that's exactly what I was trying to say." Is this? They were trying to put him on the like, oh,
but they did that by using the podcast that he did with them before people even knew that. He was just like the wacky TED Talk dude. So like that's when he had that interview with him.
Yeah,
he didn't have $1 Million Extreme on Adult Swim. He didn't have like the alt-right slant then. So like no one knew. They just thought it was just like this performance art dude.
Yeah, it was just wild watching a lot of people like leave a lot of comments on him being like, man, I never trusted this guy just because look at him.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man.
This melon.
Look at
what
this
do you
melon
mean? Like,
ass.
I never trusted him. Just look at him. Look, he looks like a shit poster. Like
all right.
I feel you. Like, yeah, but like, man, you're talking about like, this is a little weird.
I do feel like perhaps is, I think the call out portion of the like basically the whole article is just like a fucking burn and die piece to him, and I feel like there are perhaps criticisms you can level against him about like certain things like his audience and maybe like some of the content being a little like iffy, but the fact that I feel like that person writing it, I think his name was like Ezra something, just went so far. It just loses all of its potency to me. It just was like it was just like bullshit, like taking so many things out of context to make a point, which is just bad. Because I think there are some valid little points for that Anthony Fantano.
Oh, totally.
And I feel like there are like some of those videos. It's like, oh, this is a little messed up, or like. But it's nothing like, oh man, you're part of the alt-right. It's like, hey man, just be a little more careful.
Yeah.
Or like, also just like call out your audience a little bit just because they're a little obnoxious and they tend to be like a little like alt-right-y or like at least like shitposty, like annoying people who can say like offensive and be mean and whatnot. So just like be like, hey, I don't want you guys, please. I'm just saying I want to promote like just nicer, peaceful things.
Right.
It's just having that stance, which is I know like a weird stance to have in this day in general, but like in this day and age, you have to be clear about those type of things.
Right.
Even though YouTube comments are going to be accessible.
Yeah,
Like,
that's YouTube comments in general, unfortunately.
yeah, but he has a specific audience that listens
He
to
does.
him, and that's like built around like his image and the in jokes.
Well, from being like a man who comes from like 4chan/MU and shit, like that audience is that. Like, it's that type of, I'm going to say the most offensive thing I can say because it's the internet.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I think that was the big mistake because the person confused because there's like a portion that they align like the alt-right and that type of person, but sometimes they don't. And the thing is, this time they didn't. It was just shit posting like losers.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
But yeah, it sucks for him because he's gonna have.
Now he's gonna deal with that for a while.
People are gonna have that image on him. The video I know has like 500,000 views right now, which is pretty good because people are. He made a pretty great case for himself, and I wish he was. I mean, he has the right to be a little mad about like these.
Yeah,
accusations.
just a little less smug.
Fucking
Yeah,
mad.
but he's a little smug in the video. But the thing is, he must be also annoyed because he has a side channel where he talks and expresses his opinions genuinely, and that just got ignored. Like completely. He has a whole channel where he just talks and expresses where he falls, like about certain things and like his opinions on like current politics and whatnot.
And it's like pretty blatantly liberal.
Yeah, but like the thing is, he literally describes like how he feels about things. It's not like a joke channel or anything. It's the most serious channel, but it was just not referenced at all. Like it's just not. And he's just. I feel frustrated by that.
I was
rightly
really
so, but. I wish he would just comment, perhaps be like, hey, maybe there's a reason why I ended up in this position in the first place and that they're able to make these arguments. And I feel like if I keep... I mean, he shut down the channel. Right. But I wish he was like, hey, I just don't want ever to have like any like ties, even in theory, to them. And I think this article is bullshit, but if I'm going to make stuff that even brings these allegations, it's not worth it. Like, if he somehow, like, expressed that, I think I would have been more I'd be like, dude, yeah, that's great.
That would have been, like, the perfect. I would have, like, completely been like,
I'd love to see the video.
Way to go.
Because I could still be wrong. Like,
yeah, but he didn't say that.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted him to say that.
Fair.
In the video, he just makes really great points and just, like, puts everything into context to make the piece, like, basically, like...
And separates, like, himself
like,
individually from the alt-right. He doesn't isolate his fans, but he, like, separates himself from being, like, I don't, like, agree with that at all.
Oh, totally.
I think last time I talked about this, I think at worst... Whoa!
Whoa!
I think at worst, Anthony Fantano's more of a Bernie bro type dude than like anything else. So yeah, definitely not all right.
Damn! Shouts out to the
Hell yeah! Thanks for the follow.
Gang.
Hell yeah! But yeah, at the end of the day, it was just I don't know. I would love to see the video about it because I felt like this whole thing was just confusing and annoying to me. Because I was just like, damn, like I feel like. There's just a lot of stuff going on.
Let me describe like a quick thing that will give you a context of like how out of context some of these things were. So one of them was just like was it pictures of like black people being
no, I saw the Fader article. I read the whole Fader.
Oh no, but you saw that and you're like, well, that's kind of fucked up. Why is that there? It was from the meme of like people hanging themselves with toilet paper. But it was zoomed in, so you didn't see the toilet paper.
It was
so you just thought it was a dude hanging himself.
Context.
But it was just toilet paper.
And like in the shot, the toilet paper is like right here. Yeah. And he's like chilling.
It's such a funny picture when zoomed out.
Damn.
But yeah. But it is weird that it was zoomed. Like if you knew the meme, you'd understand that.
Yeah.
But like out of context, it looks really bad.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of like the whole deal.
Yeah. And it's just rinse repeat what basically the whole article is.
Yeah, because I don't ever want to like defend an actual racist, but I felt weird like reading the Fader article and seeing like everyone like seeming at least on Facebook seeming to agree with it, and then I was like, wait, I feel like I'm missing something.
Well, because the knee-jerk reaction is like
I saw just ew, and I was like, okay, like whoa, nice ew comment.
Because you see the headline,
Nice
you look
commentary.
at a person like Anthony Fantano, and you look at like Fader, which this is probably the first L the Fader's taken, right? It's been a pretty, like, solid, respectable magazine for, like, a while now. It's been kind of the better version of Complex. Mm-hmm. And this was the first, like, L they've taken. So to see it happen initially, you're like, well, Fader said it. Like, it's got to be a little
That's why I was
legitimate.
lost.
And so I was like, I guess I got to look into this now. And then it was just like, no, not really. Like,
Yeah.
So it was tough.
It's weird though, because like the writer for it is not like a writer for Fader. This is their only article they've written.
Yeah, he's definitely like a freelancer, and I guess they just brought in the wrong guy to the fold.
I don't think you should let freelancers come in and write hit pieces against people. Like you have staff writers and people who represent the company to do that, not like people existing outside of that. Just like if you're gonna like tarnish somebody's reputation based on like your values of your company. Like, let it be the people who are actually in charge of your company making those decisions, not like just people freelance. Like, fuck this guy. And like, all right, sure, why not?
All right, let's put that out.
Yeah, sure. Like, it should be the real ones.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Well, speaking of the real ones,
Hell.
what'd you do over here?
I don't even know what happened on that one.
But speaking of the real ones, T-Pain coming from nowhere, from his Twitch stream maybe, announcing his newest album has finally got a release date. Oblivion will be coming out November 17th. And we already kind of expressed our opinion on another older artist, Ludacris. So do we think T-Pain has a better shot of fitting into the mold? I mean, he was hated on auto-tune when he started, and now auto-tune's everywhere.
Is the thing.
Can he bring it back and reclaim it for himself with this new album?
I sure hope so. I'm a huge T-Pain fan. I got made fun of. I have a specific memory of being in fucking video class freshman year, and older kid, sophomore, asks for my iPod. I show him that I'm listening to T-Pain. He makes fun of me.
Damn.
Same guy probably listening to auto-tune everything these days. Then I finally got my like T-Pain like love legitimized by many people when he did his Tiny Desk concert.
Right.
His Tiny Desk where he did no auto-tune. A lot of people were like,
"Oh,
hey,
he can
like,
sing?
Oh, T-Pain's not trash.
What?
Or you have to have talent to
Crazy.
do music." Yeah, so I don't know. I really hope T-Pain comes through and destroys. But he did put out a song recently that was like, my new kicks, his new song, like his new shoes, and it was really gimmicky and just like bad.
The Dan Blazarian one too?
Was it Dan Blazarian? Anything with Dan Blazarian's bad.
We'll see.
But I don't know. T-Pain hasn't put out anything that's good recently. I hope to God this is a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping for the best, because like you said, I definitely liked T-Pain before, but I never was really like I'll listen to a full T-Pain project, so I'm very curious to see if like, I don't know, he's matured, or he'll be more earnest, or less goofy, or really show off his talents, or I mean, I just don't know what to expect. But I love the man like, as a person,
Love
so
him.
I want to like enjoy him. But
Love him.
We'll see. I mean, he's out here on Twitch doing shit.
Let's
so
go, T-Pain. Please.
I don't know. We'll see. What do you think, Enrique?
Dead to me.
Fair.
You think it's gonna be garbage?
Are you gonna? You're gonna have to listen to it. You got a podcast to do.
Not if it's very not rap.
That's fair. That's fair.
If it's
At what point do we not consider T-Pain rap?
if there's like banjos.
Well, I can guarantee you it's not that then.
Banjos.
Yeah.
If T-Pain comes out with banjos, I'm not listening to it either.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna buy it and throw it.
If there's one banjo in there, you want to make a bet? You pay me $100.
I will pay you 100. No, stop it. What if there is?
He's got insider
Man.
information. I don't trust this.
I don't trust it. I don't
Wait,
trust
He
it.
knows T-Pain's lead producer.
The one banjo.
Man, he
song?
did do a Tiny Desk concert. They could have given him a banjo on NPR. The NPR boys might have slipped a banjo.
How confident are you in the banjo?
Damn, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's crazy.
That'd be so amazing though if we were listening to it and a banjo came up.
I would
would
be
fucking just
I
start
will give
running
you $5 on stream if there's a banjo in this album.
15.
I'll give you 5 or nothing.
10.
Nothing. Okay.
$10.
All
How
right.
confident are you? You're $5 confident?
I'm $5.
That's a pretty ridiculous thing to show up on a TV.
$5 confident.
All right. $5
Christ.
it is.
And you don't have to give me anything if there's no banjo.
No, I know. I'm not making it.
I cannot. You see it. The handshake has been done.
It happened. $5
live
for a
direct.
banjo on the next T-Pain album. T-Pain, please don't be watching. You are a Twitch person.
I hope he's not in here lurking.
Yeah, I think he's like a charming, like cool guy, but I don't, his music these days, I don't know. I always thought his features were better than his songs.
Yeah.
So I wish he'd just work with better people again. So
We'll see. We'll see what the man does.
I know it's like a mean thing to say, but he was great. Like all those T-Pain songs I love, I'm like, oh wait, he's not his song. It's somebody else's. He's just great on it.
Love T-Pain.
What about Bartender? I'm in
that's
love with a
good too.
stripper.
Oh, he's got a
That's
lot
like
of classics.
He's got
Yeah,
soul
Rings.
hits.
but all
Phantom
the
of the
rings,
Opera.
but all the ones.
Chopped and screwed.
Yeah,
Okay,
Chopped
he has a couple. No, he definitely has.
He got hits.
He
Don't
knows
say my man don't
I
got
didn't say he has
hits.
hits. I'm just saying my favorite T-Pain songs are the ones that aren't his songs. So Bartender is an amazing song. That's great.
Church.
Oh wow!
I don't know Church.
They got the
All right, what's the next thing?
Well, damn. I
This
mean,
one's-
you might have thought this podcast is airing in 2006 based on Ludacris, T-Pain, and now Nelly in the news for all the wrong reasons. But silver lining. Basically,
Wait,
Nelly.
what?
Wait, hear me out.
Silver who?
Hear me out. Hear me out. Nelly has been accused of sexual assault, rape. However, there has been very little evidence presented. In fact, not any at all. But it's just at the accusation point. So now it's kind of sparking this debate in terms of, is this another Freddie Gibbs situation? Do we have to pause before we hear rape and think immediately he did it and immediately he's a bad person? And whether or not, like, he did actually do it? And it's kind of sparking this debate. I mean, granted, the lot of people who are spearing the debates are people like T.I., who is very intelligent, but an old head. A lot of the old heads are being like, this happens a lot where rappers are accused of sexual assault and it's just for clout and money, or it's just to, like, disparage a person's name. And, I mean, we have to look at the things like...
It can also be a race thing.
That's true. Yeah, like a race thing.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, just historically,
Yeah.
we've seen it many times. To Kill a Mockingbird in many times throughout actual history.
That's just
that's
book.
just the book. But
that-
many times
A
through
book
actual
based on the
history.
world.
That happened,
I meant
that
to
happened
say-
in the past.
I meant to say the To Kill a Mockingbird narrative but yeah, so it's, I mean, his girlfriend is standing by him, which is one thing that can mean a lot. We haven't gotten
or
any
nothing.
expressed. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like-
So,
Is this
but we
what-
haven't gotten a direct account of what happened. We just have, I saw Nelly on a tour bus and he did this, and that's the story we got so far. I'm curious to see what more information will happen, or whether or not this is just disparaging another famous artist.
Personally, like, I just wouldn't. I wouldn't want to talk about this for a bit, just
Yeah.
because we don't have. There's not a lot.
Right.
It's just everyone just saying, literally just rape. Like, I've
Right.
seen that's the accusation. Usually sexual assault I see, but this is like straight up like a huge like attacking word,
Right.
saying that he's like he did something really bad, right?
Right.
And usually with something like this, when you don't know, you just want to hang on, wait a little bit to see what happens.
Right.
And second thing, I don't really care about Nelly at all. So it's just like a weird thing to I don't know. I don't care. Like, it sucks if he's shitty. It sucks if he didn't do it. Okay. Like, I don't know. I just like it's not something I'm gonna keep tabs on. I hope whatever actually happened. If Nelly's a bad person, and I feel like. It almost, I know there isn't a lot, but just like those accusations are so big,
Right.
that it almost like I kind of have to believe it, right? And it just like, I don't know, it's just because of that, like the fact that they're so direct and like upfront about like yeah, he raped somebody, like
Right.
every article I read just said that, and I'm just like, well, okay, this seems like everyone's kind of like, we know, either they know something we don't, or I don't know.
Well, I mean, that was the same thing with Freddie Gibbs. It was rape. They just said rape, and it was because like that's what she said happened. So initially, that's what it was like labeled as.
I thought it was just like sexual assault.
No, they
was
said
it-
that
was
he
it-
raped her.
Okay.
And that was like all the headlines, and then they were like, "No, that's just this is just completely not true."
Okay.
So that's why it's like the buzzword is just like articles use it because it gets eyes on it, and like it's just a really controversial thing where like you wanna obviously side with the person who says it, but then it's like, you
don't
know,
want to say the victim's lying.
right, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it's like a tough thing because you want people to be caught, right?
right,
Yeah.
And it just sucks because the Freddie Gibbs scenario, like the person who did it said it happened in a dream, which is
Right.
just makes the whole thing such a joke.
right,
With something that's so serious. And if we keep getting like these fake accusations, I think that's really bad.
right.
Very
It's
bad.
And
not good at all.
So like part of me, like, it's a weird thing because I just want it to be real, so people think like takes like, but it's like a mean thing to say,
Right.
Just because I don't want any more fake rape accusations, so we can take them seriously,
Right.
I don't want people to keep like enough with like I don't want people to just be like, oh yeah, with Freddie Gibbs and Nelly, it didn't happen, so we don't have to believe ever, right?
Right.
Right.
Which is a scary thought. Just like people are gonna, it's gonna come more into question than it already has.
Right.
So I really hope is the truth, because then it will it'll give more power to these types of things to like. But that's like a weird thing to say.
Yeah, just like hope for it.
Yeah, just because I think in the general scheme, just like Nelly aside, I just want people to take like shit like this seriously. Because we live in like the Harvey Weinstein, like everyone, things are coming out.
Right.
And I think it's important for the serious things that actually happen come out, just so like all these fake, like the fake stuff can really hurt the real stuff. So.
100%.
Damn, but
speaking of
bad,
what's very real, Kodak Black has now been indicted for his sexual assault charges in South Carolina, making this official. This is happening. He is going to trial for it, facing up to 30 years. And I think this is huge because it should at least force people to accept that, well, Kodak Black is a bad man's. And it's pretty evident. We have enough to present this to trial. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. I wish we could live in a society where you could watch court cases publicly.
Amazing. And I was saying to you earlier, he's going to pull up with the ski mask on.
Yeah, it's going to be. I'm telling you, it's
97.
something I would be sitting there eating popcorn.
Oh my God. I'd
very curious about.
Jazzed to watch that.
But
is this like, I'm confused. Is this court case literally just figuring out how much time he's going to spend?
No, because I mean,
whether or not
he hasn't done his like plea yet, but he's probably gonna plead not guilty, and then we'll fully get like, the attorneys involved. There'll be a full fleshed out court case. Okay. But just like for what he's charged against right now, the maximum sentence is 30 years.
Okay, I see. I don't know, from what I've read and like all the evidence,
the description is pretty bad.
He's pretty. There's a lot of evidence, and it seems like I hope he gets what he deserves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'll agree with that. That's it.
It's like sucks, but it's also good that we're talking about stuff. Like, I mean, the stuff like this is coming up, and people are getting actually like dudes are getting like their comeuppance,
right?
Because.
You're super right.
The fact is, like, it feels weird that like we almost had like a rape corner in the news, but it's good
every week. It feels like
but the thing is, it was probably there before. It just never was news.
It was never news, and it's never something that stopped someone's career.
Yeah. So, but now it is
in its tracks,
and that's good. So I think that's a good thing to point out.
Yeah.
But just to briefly mention it for the people who don't know, I see you all in the chat, and then we'll move right along. But basically, like a year ago,
the time doesn't matter. He was like,
a year or so ago, after a concert in South Carolina.
Oh, South Carolina.
Kodak Black in his hotel room, took a pretty young girl, definitely still like late high school, early college, back to his hotel room, and she basically made it very clear that she did not want to participate in any sexual activity with Kodak Black, and he very adamantly did not stop. Apparently there was biting and like physical contacts involved in too to make her let it happen, and it doesn't sound good at all.
Yeah, you can read the witness's statement.
Yeah, you can take the witness's statement. It's online.
Or her statement, not witness.
The victim statement is
yeah.
Online, and you can read it. It's pretty graphic, and now he's going to be going to trial for it.
Good.
And now moving on to our official reviews. It is the SoundCloud hour this episode.
Damn.
We got Trippie Redd, Lil Pump, and Smoke Perp's debuts. And this is, Trippie Redd's like second or so project. Yeah. But let's start things off with Trippie Redd's A Love Letter to You project 2, the second one. Austin, you want to start? This is your man.
I thought you played a little music of this, don't you?
When we talk about tracks, we'll sample it. We don't really lead into it.
Oh, okay. I thought you did it with Layla's Wisdom. You played like a whole portion.
At the end, I played our last track. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Sorry.
I was just singing over here in case anyone.
All right, yeah.
I basically just told him what it was. So Trippie Redd. I very strongly believe this, and it's wild that this is a real sentence. But if you get it. Trippie Redd to me sounds like the SoundCloud version of Lil Uzi.
Right.
Just in the sense that like Lil Uzi is now like what used to be a very underground sound that people were like, I don't know if I like it yet, but now that Lil Uzi is a sound, and maybe he's not mainstream, but everyone and their sister knows Lil Uzi. And
Lil Uzi's mainstream.
He's mainstream at this point. He was on the number one hip hop song of the fucking year.
Yeah.
Right.
And I feel like Trippie Redd brings all the things I like about Lil Uzi to an even deeper level of SoundCloud existence. In that his beats are really fun and nice. He creates these really wonderful musical environments. He's very much singing with emotion rather than technical skill. The way he strains his voice definitely is a wonderful emphasis tool for when he's trying to like convey some sort of emotion. His SoundCloud like beats are just like so classic SoundCloud shit. The song Whoa 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 / Crash Bandicoot and Chill, the sample on that blows my mind. I really like Trippie Redd right now. He's not someone who I'm going like, wow, lyrical genius. But what he's like saying subtextually via the emotion he presents his words with really hits for me, and I love his layering of his voice as an instrument. I feel like I'm listening to more of an instrument that I can just sing along to. He's someone that I turn on in the morning when I'm driving to work and I'm literally screaming along. But I also can 100% understand people don't like him. Super fair. He is like very niche, hard SoundCloud. But I love him.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I mean, you saying a lot of the things I agree with. For me, I definitely, compare him to Lil Uzi Vert. I think that's the easiest way to kind of like describe him to someone. But for me, I still feel like, I think you're right. Like, he's still at this point where I'm like, you have something, right? I acknowledge that he has something and that there's something about him that's really interesting and unique, but I feel like he's still working through it, and it's not fully in a point where like it A sounds like completely amazing and B is ready to be accessible to a mainstream audience. But I think there's definitely some interesting aspects about him. The production on this is really solid. I think a lot better than the first one, because the first one I was really kind of like about. There was really only like 2 or 3 songs that I really enjoyed from his first project, whereas this one I can enjoy more of the project. But there's definitely still this layer of like, he's pretty open about that his style is a mixture of 3 things, right? It's current SoundCloud hip hop, R&B, and like all like emo rock, like all emo, like Taking Back Sunday era like music. And sometimes it works for me, and sometimes it's like a sonic mess where I'm just like, commit to one, or like find the like happy medium of it where it just sounds kind of like groaning and it doesn't work well over this beat. But like there's definitely parts where it sounds great and I think like this is really catchy, or this is really amazing, or like I'm feeling the emotion of what you have here. And then there's some times where I'm just like, this is a lot to hear at once.
Yeah,
but
very fair.
I'm definitely like, the more I hear it, the more I'm starting to get it. So I think, you know, a couple, like 1 or 2 projects, and I think I'll fully be like, all right, I just enjoy this. Because definitely the first time I listened to this, it was like right after Little Pump, and I was like,
no, I gotta. 14.
Like I gotta adjust my ears.
Yeah.
But like the I waited like another 4 days, and I listened to it today at work, and I was like, all right, I'm more like prepared for this. I'm more understanding of what you're going at, and I was like, all right, like I think you're getting somewhere, and I think you're molding this really interesting sound.
Yeah.
But there's times where it works, and there's times it doesn't.
I could not agree more.
Like the first 3 tracks, I mean, I love Bust Down. I think Bust Down is just like hype and fun. Feel Good's pretty solid. I like Dead Man Wonderland. Shout outs to Anime. I like Hellboy. And then there's some songs towards the end where
there's
it
a
starts
lot of songs
me.
that are just like, okay, nice
But, like,
single.
It feels long, partly
It's too
because
fucking
just
long.
like.
Way
But
too long.
it's only like 3 minutes longer than Lil Pump, and I feel like I can get through.
No.
Oh wait, I'm thinking of Smoke
I
Perks in
think-
terms
I
of
think you're
length.
wrong, yeah.
But it's I don't know. I
You're
really
right.
have to hunker down for this one,
It's the exact same length of Smoke Perp.
Yeah.
and it's just okay. So they're both
They're
still
literally-
just 3
they're-
minutes.
They're both
over,
48 minutes.
over Lil Pump's, which is 45, and it just feels like so much more to get
Lil
through.
Pump's is 37.
And
It's 37. It's not 45.
I'm literally reading it.
yeah.
It's 37.
Oh damn.
I want to hear your opinions also, Enrique, but I want to just throw on the table before it gets lost.
Yeah.
The concept of like albums in 2017 with SoundCloud artists. Just something to think about. Do we need to let them do albums, or can we just let them keep putting out singles? But I want to hear your opinions first on
Okay.
Trippie. I don't mean to change topic by any means.
Okay. I like Hellboy.
Cool.
That's a standout.
That's chill.
That was one I liked. The rest of it, I don't know. I just felt kind of like aggravated almost, just because like the Lil Uzi Vert influence is so. I don't know. It just felt like Lil Uzi Vert initially I was like, oh man, they look just so interesting and original, and then now I'm just listening to the same thing, and I'm like, well, this is just annoying.
Yeah.
This just sounds like the same thing to me, like just old Lil Uzi Vert.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just kind of like frustrated me, and also it wasn't like, I don't know, I just kind of got lost in the songs and just like it just sounded like groaning, and it wasn't like as focused I think Lil Uzi Vert is.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it just kind of like it sounded like not necessarily like a mess, but at points did. Sometimes it was catchy, sometimes it was really annoying. But it wasn't like, I don't know. I just felt like I went through just such a mixture of emotions throughout it that were really weird.
I think that's what's
there's
so draining about it.
Because it's like parts of it that
It is draining.
Because there's parts of it I'm like, ooh, this is pretty good, and then some of the song will do something and I'm like, no. Because like I remember like that girl.
The girl is...
Yeah, she's great.
She's great, like Cindy or whatever.
What song? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, that's the song.
That's one of the Crash Bandicoot things.
Yeah.
Gets me
She's
fire.
great. There's like a middle portion of that song. I was like, oh, it's pretty good. Then I went back to listen to it because I was like, I think I like this song. And it started, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Like this beginning part, I don't like.
Be wet.
So it's like the first like
Twippy wet.
45 seconds I hate, but then it gets kind of like good. And then I'm like, this is not how I should enjoy songs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
overall, I guess I didn't like it. Like, there's parts of it that I was like, oh, I guess it's kind of catchy. Other parts, I think I liked it, but I was kind of frustrated because I was like, you're just doing the same thing. It just feels like you owe so much to somebody else, and you don't feel as, like, original and new. So, yeah, I don't know. It just kind of came off as, like, okay, like, I guess at the end of the day. I just felt like I went through, like, a really, like, crazy experience. And I don't know, like, if I came out enjoying it, but it was sure something.
Yeah, no, I definitely think there's something with this album that's very hodgepodge all over the place. I feel like I think you're so right in that Trippie Redd is like, I feel like he's still brewing. Like, he's not a full-on thing yet. He's still, like, figuring out exactly what his sound is and what it is that, like, people enjoy of him.
Yeah, I think I'm frustrated because I can just see the ingredients so, like, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can see, like, the Young Thug influence in parts, and then Lil Uzi Vert and others.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I can just tell.
Yeah,
like,
no, I get that.
And it's just so blatantly obvious that, like, it frustrates me.
That's fair. I feel like that it's interesting because they're like, that's, I don't know if that comes down to preference, but I don't mind knowing who people's influences are at all. Mm-hmm. Especially when I can hear them, I can be like, especially if they're that taggable. I'm like, okay, I know that you're like not impersonating, but following a sound of someone that you like. And so I don't feel like it's like really stealing or anything.
It's just so
wild.
it was just so similar.
It is very, very
it's just
similar.
like I can't like. It's not like Lil Uzi Vert, but this to me, it was just Lil Uzi Vert, which is frustrating.
Really,
yeah.
I feel like it's Lil Uzi Vert, but like significantly more emotional.
I think there's definitely like a weirder style that he does his voice, and he doesn't do like the ad libs.
Yeah, there is, but that's just so tiny.
No, but I feel like the thing I like about
the broad strokes of Lil Uzi Vert are all there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. But the details for me are what make it. Like when he's screaming like ah, like his strained groans at the end of the sentence is the part of each sentence that I'm living for. The rest of it is like okay, cool. But if he's not saying Hennessy, I don't like it. He needs those like hard hits, and that's something I haven't heard Lil Uzi do. Everything else about it, 100% Uzi style. Yeah. Totally fair.
I guess maybe I would enjoy it because I like the idea of that. And I think there are parts that, as I said, there's like these moments where I was like, oh, this is something.
Yeah.
But then it's just if you like kind of snap back. And I wish he would just kind of like more follow in line. Like if he wants to be more emotional Lil Uzi Vert, then I want that blatantly across this whole song rather than moments.
I feel like he's so young and figuring it out still.
Yeah, because I think he's definitely still figuring it out, and that's why I feel like sonically it doesn't always work, or he's just not. You brought up a really interesting point with the features, because I think that really stands out. Is like
they're
the
great.
people he works with are great and sound like nothing like him.
Yeah.
So it's really jarring at times because there's a point, especially
it's exciting as fuck though.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
I'm like, oh great, somebody I know what they're saying.
It's jarring as fuck because there was a distinct part in Feel Good where, as I now know, is Khalil's verse starts, and all of a sudden it's like this very clear, like clean cut R&B like verse, and it's just like this really like nice singing verse, and I was like,
whoa.
At first I just assumed it was Trippie Redd. because I only saw like the Cindy one, and I was like, well, this is a guy, so it's not her. And then I was like, oh, he just sounds like clear, and he can like sing really well. And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. And then I was like, oh, this isn't him. It's like another guy who just sounds like completely different and just like fits way different on this song.
Yeah.
And so there's things like that where I'm just like, yeah, it's like that and a combination of like, okay, sometimes like this sound doesn't work over like this beat, or like you didn't like change the production to like accommodate this.
Yeah.
That's why I like more something like a Bust Down where like the beat's the same and like he sounds good over that beat, and I just like enjoy the overall song versus like, I don't know, just certain other production styles where I'm just like, I don't know if I like feel this, or like stuff like that.
Yeah, with the Khalil example, I feel like he lends himself perfectly to be a great feature artist.
Right.
Like a T-Pain style where he shows up and does the quick like auto-tune chorus.
Right.
He did it incredibly with the song on the X album 17.
Right.
That was the song that was like the single and whatnot. I mean, Jocelyn Flores and whatnot was like the big hit and whatnot, but that's the one that he released on SoundCloud with Trippie Redd. And I think Trippie Redd is an incredible feature artist.
Yeah.
As far as being a solo man's, an album for him feels like it's a major stretch. I don't think he's like still running miles working towards that marathon.
Right.
And that's where I get to the point of like, with all these new artists coming out, and as music as a thing is just changing so rapidly, at least online, like, I think albums are really good and important and they've always had a place, but I feel like making these SoundCloud artists need to make an album sometimes feels like you're pushing them to do something that they're not made for. I feel like SoundCloud singles are now like status updates, in that I want to hear an artist put out a song once a week, and when you make Trippie Redd come and give me 21 songs, it just doesn't work. It's in a comparison, and I could be super wrong, it feels like asking a Viner to make a feature-length film. Like, they're just different. They're the same, using the same tools and whatnot, but they're being presented so differently. And so that's why I feel like with a lot of these people I like, Lil Pump, Smoke Perp, Trippie Redd, X, all of them, all the SoundCloud people, their albums always seem to disappoint me because I'm used to the single push. I like my music in singles, I think.
Well, here's the thing. To counter that, I would say that, like, everything you're saying is right, but, like, the thing is, like, all it shows is, like, it's... Alright, I'm saying that, like, you need a good body of work.
Totally.
Like, you need to eventually get to a point where, like, you can put out an album and it's solid. But I think it's, like, I think it's fair. Like, I think it's fair that, like, right now he's just not there yet. But there's, like, no... I don't think it's a slight against him.
No,
I don't think he should not do it. But, like, it's just, like, two types of people. Where, like, you could have waited and then made a project when you were more prepared for it. Or you can just, like, have your struggle go out to the world and we all, like, follow you as your sound gets better with like a Lil Uzi Vert. Because when Lil Uzi Vert came out, I couldn't get through all of Love Is Rage. I couldn't get through Lil Uzi Vert versus the World. And now I'm at a point where I'm like, I can get through a Lil Uzi Vert project.
But I still feel like I'm getting through. Like, I feel like I'm still pushing to listen to an entire thing.
Right, and I mean, personally, I still don't think that Lil Uzi Vert's like fully made a masterpiece yet.
Totally.
But like, I just think like you still need a body of work, and all you're just showing is like, he's just not there yet. Like, it's still just like a stamp on like, this is where he is in his career, and this is where I hope he goes later, but like, this is where he's at now. I think like, it's like fair that he's still gonna put out a project.
I think also the concept of an album is like forces artists to like improve in a certain sense, because they're like, hey, I did this sound already, I have to do something different now. And it's like a way to force them to evolve and like do different things. Because if not, it becomes stale. You're definitely right, but I feel if they want to evolve, they can, in theory, they'll be like, all right, so I'm gonna do a lot of this, and then all right, I'm gonna move on to something else. But they're functioning different, as you said. They're functioning differently since they're like SoundCloud and they're like,
different things.
I think the big thing I want to say is like, I think in order to at least say that you're a good musician, you have to be able to say like, you have a good body of work.
Totally.
Like, obviously, he can make money just doing singles and going on tour and things like that. But if you want to be able to, like, you yourself be like, I'm a good musician, I feel like in order to back that up, you also have to have a good body of work.
But does the body of work have to be an album, or can you just have a million singles?
It doesn't have to be an album, because Jay Electronica is considered a good artist.
There we go.
And he doesn't have an album.
Well, he is a mixtape.
Well, yeah, it was not really a mixtape. Like,
He's the first act.
Who the fuck is Jay Electronica?
No, and then there's the
first act is a different thing. That's like a concept EP.
Yeah, it's an EP.
Yeah, but an EP, it's kind of like...
It's a body of work.
It's different.
It's a collection of songs that go together.
It's a playlist.
It's like 3 or 4 songs that go together.
It's like 5 songs. It's like an EP.
Yeah, but there's like these large portions. It's like... It's very experimental. It's boring. It's not like an album.
It's an experimental body of work, but it's a body of work.
Yeah, and I'm saying... No, wait, the thing is... Okay, Mark, I don't know what you're defining body of work as... But he's saying as things that are just not singles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think that there is like a middle... What I'm saying here is that there's a middle ground, perhaps, between album and single. Yeah. And perhaps, like, I don't know what type of thing it would be, but perhaps something more experimental or, like, more, like, short form, yet complete, could work better for these artists as opposed to a 40-minute mixtape.
Yeah.
More like a 16 to 20-minute, maybe, like... EPs with the songs are strung together with like little tidbits between or something like that, because maybe they're meant to be more digestible and smaller, right?
Yeah,
like in chunks.
But it's just difficult because in a world where the algorithms of the platforms literally decide how well you do with a lot of things, putting it out an EP is not going to get you anywhere with YouTube views now counting. You can have 40 videos or you can have your 4 song. So I feel like a lot of these people unfortunately get like fucked by the system. But you're right. I think we do need like in between an album and singles because like... Oh,
I'm not even saying EP, like just like a concept...
Or something else, not an EP, but like something along the lines of...
Like if they put like 4 songs together, let's say like a Jug Electronica, like an Act 1 type thing.
Yeah.
Let's assume Trippie Redd does it.
We'll just say...
Okay. It puts that out and there's like a video, it's like a 12-minute video and it's like the whole thing. And then, make sure it does well, cut it up into 4 pieces and then make those videos singles and then you're done. Like that's a way to do that. Because that's what they want. They just want like 4 or 5 songs. That's like all they need, right? And then they do that every 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like a body of work, and this is maybe a different definition, is like literally a SoundCloud profile to me is a body of work. It's maybe not a thing I can go buy in a store, but the SoundCloud profile itself is literally a collection of the person's whole work. I hit the play button, it shuffles through all of them. I'm not listening to things in albums anymore. I'm listening via the shuffle or like finding specific things I want to listen to at that moment. And so it's, I don't know, I just personally, I guess, get frustrated with albums as a thing. I think they're great and need to be there.
I don't know, for me,
they're not for everybody.
That's just going to set the bar so low.
Low or different. Because that bar is always going to be high for the people that want to make albums.
The bar is pretty low.
Yeah, and then if you're just like saying, you don't even need like a full like album or mixtape, you just have a SoundCloud.
Right.
You want me to pay like $30 to go see you? I'm like, I don't know.
But I feel like that's like saying like people who, I don't know, I mean, it's...
Did you see Lil Peep though and he didn't have... Oh, yeah.
No, he had Hellboy mixtape.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like to say that that people don't have to make albums and setting the bar low is like.
Well, they just need more songs in general to play at little concerts because then, like, if you have 4 singles,
a body of work.
Yeah, you need just more. No, just need songs that people know.
Right, which
a body of work, but like, you can do that through other methods outside of albums and just singles. Like, you can just release a little bit of music a lot over a long period of time.
Totally. Yeah, no, I would agree. I feel like saying that it would set the bar low for like albums is like very difficult because I don't think it has to be the same thing. Like, it could be like judging a Vine and a movie. They're both videos, but they're very much different things. And I know maybe it's a bad example, but like to say that Vine is now setting the bar low for the whole movie industry is a different thing. People are making Vines, let them do it.
I don't understand it. That's not real anymore.
Yeah. I don't know. Just like
what's a Vine?
Well, a 6-second video. Let's just say Twitter video for the people. Yeah. Twitter video. It's just like saying like, you can now write tweets. That's bringing down the whole book industry. Like it seems like it's almost like a stretch. I feel like it's a different way of presenting and consuming music. But I think albums definitely need to still continue to have a place. But I don't know if like these people who are writing these short 2-minute songs can put out a 21-track Yachty example. If Yachty came out with an EP. He came out with the Lil Bo mixtape, which is great. It's fire,
and some of the songs too is good.
But say he made literally the same song as the same album of Teenage Emotions, but it was 4 of the best songs. Same, and it's technically now we're just gonna call it an album because that's what we want to call it. Like it's a sellable. But I
can still at least be like Lil Yachty has like projects that were good, and that's why I think like he's still legitimate.
For sure,
been able to put out a project that's good. He just has one that's
I will
not
say
as good.
that
Whack,
yeah.
yeah.
in general, though, just like even if we consider the projects good, they're not like great albums, right? In theory, like listen, yeah, Lil Yachty has never made a great thing, right? They're good. They're not great. Is a big word to throw.
Well,
but
Lil Boat mixtape.
I love the
Lil
Lil Boat
it's
mixtape. That
not-
just changed
it's
things.
not great. It's different. It changed things perhaps in sound, but it's not like a thing that everyone listens to. If you look at like
I mean, it's not a classic, but that's like
no,
a
no,
very
no,
huge.
What I'm
That's, like,
throwing, no,
unfair.
what I'm throwing is like in terms of like a well like put together thing. Like okay, what I'm saying is that when people craft like an album that's supposed to be listened as a whole, people will actually listen to it as a whole. Look at Kendrick as an example.
Exactly.
People listen. If you look at Damn, all the songs chart, right? Or Drake is just popular, so that works out for him. But like people, when they know that an album's worth listening to all the way through, they will make that effort. And I feel like a lot of times people aren't crafting albums to be listened to that way. It's more singles.
Definitely.
So like because of that, then people are just going to pick and choose rather than listening to it.
Right.
So then I think people's attentions and like how they digest it are like people aren't like, when they're crafting it, they know that, so they're just gonna fucking throw 15 songs and like whatever, because they know they're just gonna pick out the songs they want to, and then we're the ones listening to the whole thing as a whole. Like people, like the average Trippie Redd fan, I don't know.
Oh, that's me. I'm the average Trippie Redd fan, and I don't listen to the whole album.
Yeah,
I
he's
just
gonna-
skip.
Yeah, he'll just skip.
I listen to this
See?
one and this one and this one,
see?
and I add them to my body of work by liking the individual tracks, and then now I have his body of work, but like from the things I like.
Yeah.
And then you kind of like as a fan create your own album.
Yeah, that's what they do.
And that's how I feel like what I do with Lil Peep.
Because you know that wasn't like made to be like a full thing, like kinda. You just know like the songs are the songs you like. But
Those
it's not
are a
like
ton of
whole-
things he made. And he's like, I gotta put them together in some sort of
Yeah.
collection.
Yeah, but it's not like a thing you're like, wow, this is something I need to listen to from beginning to end.
I gotta make this for the album, the Love Letter to You too. This is gonna be for that. He just kind of made it and then put it on the shit.
Yeah, and I feel like everyone kind of like understands that, like at least they're fans, so like they're just gonna digest it that way as opposed to like a proper album. So yeah, that's why I think that there perhaps should be a different model, like you said, just because like the people consume music like that now more so than ever before, but it's existed beforehand, where like albums would be like that, but like I think even then something should existed differently if like their intentions aren't necessarily, hey, I'm gonna make an album, to be like, oh, I'm just I like the idea of a playlist more or something, like even though it's a stupid
No, I know, but
like
I
an
know what
album's
you're
like this is a beginning and thing crafted with an idea around it, right?
Right.
And a lot of times that's not like the intention made. Like this is this is just a fucking bunch of songs and see which one you like.
Yeah, I don't want albums going anywhere. They
And that's
gotta
what
stay
I feel
around.
like a mixtape is. for
Yeah,
me
but
personally.
there's 50, all albums are like that almost. A lot of big albums are just like a shit ton of songs and just pick the ones you like. They're not crafted.
Yeah.
Like attention. And people will react when something's made to be like a whole thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like there is an audience for that. It's not attention span. It's just like I don't think the effort is being put
Like-
into to even make albums like full albums.
No transitions. Like it's just they're just like literally all singles.
And
So
I think
it's
that's why
weird.
you're frustrated because like
Yeah.
you know what an album sounds like. Like what the
I
beginning
love a
and-
good album.
Yeah.
Flower Boy. That's an album. Like there's smooth transitions. There's themes. There's stuff going on.
Yeah, it's like a whole like,
Lil
this is a-
Peep Part
this-
1.
This is a yeah.
What's going on there? That's not an album.
Yeah, but as individual songs, you enjoy it. So,
Totally.
yeah, I hope that like, perhaps artists, and it's just hard, just can find a way to like be really good at making those little songs and creating like a platform for them that's not just like a SoundCloud and somewhere in between. I think again, just somewhere in between.
It's gonna be difficult, and I don't mean to open a can of worms by being like, albums, singles. Like it's a weird thing, and I think as a society with music, we are figuring this out. Like I don't think anybody knows the answer. Like I don't think anybody has an answer. With Drake just like calling a thing a playlist, and Lil Peep being like part 1. I think everyone's trying to find that weird in between solution to this type of thing. And I don't know, it's just not happening
Because some
yet.
people don't want to craft albums.
Yeah.
That's the message being sent. Like
Yeah.
I didn't want to craft an album. I just want to make songs, fun songs, and just throw. I need a body of work, so I'm just gonna throw them all at the same time.
Like albums are good, but they're not like I don't want to listen to a Trippie Redd album. I want to just listen to his singles that come out once a month. But the album should exist for people that do make them. So I don't know. That's a whole thing. You want to just give Trippie Redd the rating? Sorry to
Let's
open
go
that
for
can
it.
of worms. I'm so sorry to do that.
You want to start with your rating
I feel like-
first?
I'm gonna give it a cool.
Cool.
I'm gonna give it a cool.
Let's It's going for a cool. Well, to remind the people of our rating system, we of course have an album can either be But, I, Cool, or Mondo Cool. And for me, I'm going to give the Trippie Redd A Letter to You Too an I.
Okay.
An I.
I'll give it like a roller coaster butt.
Roller coaster butt.
Like sometimes it goes a little bit above, but then it just goes almost further down.
Mm-hmm.
but then it'll go like kind of, whoa, no! It's like that the whole time.
I
My
think
feelings.
you described it well. Roller coaster, and when I'm giving it a cool, I'm still providing the fact that I'm listening to it as background music.
Mm-hmm.
That's that.
It was weird because like I listened to his background music, I get through it, and I sat down and started clicking songs just to like listen to him like focus, and I was like, oh no,
Yeah.
no,
For real. That's real. Super real.
because I was like I hearted some songs, like went back, and I was like, no, I don't think I would actually like it.
I don't
I was
like
like,
this one
whoa,
anymore.
whoa, whoa. I remember the beginning I didn't like, but then I went in the middle, I was like, oh yeah, I did, because I tuned into the portions I liked.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, them's
What do you
just the
think?
facts. Alright for me.
All right,
Cool for
all right,
you.
cool.
Roller coaster
Roller coaster
butt
butt.
for Enrique.
Hell yeah.
Roller coaster butt.
I love it.
I love that.
What
That's
a
good
rating.
scale. I love it.
roller coaster butt.
Big fan.
Well, speaking of roller coasters and nonstop
Escape.
energy and putting my hands in the air, Lil Pump, a man who has garnered so much hype off of songs like D-Rose, Molly, and Flex Like Ooh. The 16-year-old Escadet sensation has now officially graced us with his debut, the Lil Pump self-titled tape. I guess I'll start with this one. So this one is interesting for me because, I mean, kind of like what we've been saying, I'm curious to see what a person who has just related singles thrown out there and that are just, I mean, songs like Gucci Gang, where you're just saying Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang. It's curious to see like what 37 minutes of that is gonna be like.
That's what it was.
Will I get bored, or is it gonna get interesting? Will he have more depth? But the 16-year-old came out here, he released his debut project, and honestly, I got what I wanted out of it. I was able to find like, wow, I guess you can just have a lot of songs that have a lot of hype energy and can make me move in my seat in various ways. I mean, there's a misstep with Pinky
Jesus
Ring,
Christ,
which is like, ugh. But I mean, I get it. You're from Miami. Rick Ross, I guess, is a Miami legend. You're gonna want him to be on your tape. But boy, was that bad idea.
Trash.
Don't do that again.
Bad.
Yeah, bad. Pinky Ring, bad. But other than that, there's a lot of songs I like on here. I mean, of course, there's the Flex Like Ooh Molly that I know already. But there's plenty of songs I like on here that, for the first time, were great experiences. What You Saying? Let me get the track list up here.
Back with Yachty.
Back with Yachty is great.
And,
Go Crazy, hearing the full version.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, there's just like not a lot of songs that I would skip here. At My Door, Youngest Flexer with Gucci Mane, Whitney with Chief Keef. Quick aside, Chief Keef sounds great right now.
Yeah,
he
whoa.
ditched the auto-tune. He's got bars.
I think that was him.
Like, he's just sounding great. It started weirdly on the Mac Miller project a little while ago. Good Morning. He had a song where I first heard him without auto-tune. I was like, is that fucking Chief Keef?
Weird.
But he's just fucking killing it. I mean, we'll get to Smoke Perps, but he has a feature on that. Kills it. One of the best verses on the intro song. But he sounds great. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was waiting for this kind of, where I was like, I thought Ugly God was going to give it to me, didn't really give it to me. Thought Main Tokyo was going to give me this, didn't really give it to me. But this is the first where I'm just like, you're a SoundCloud artist. You've kind of called what unfortunately is now called mumble rap. But this was like my example of like, oh, this is a solid like mumble. This is a bunch of songs that I can get hyped to and just like enjoy when I want high energy.
Yeah.
And I want to have a good time, and I want to, plenty of songs I could bump at a house party, like just good fun that lasted 37 minutes to me. Other than Pinky Ring, Other than the last song, unfortunately, I was able to like listen through all of this and enjoy every song for what it was. You know what I mean? I obviously didn't get any crazy lyricism. There's like, I think there was only one.
There's one
lyric that I was genuinely like, ooh. Good
You
one,
both
Lil
had-
Pump.
I had one. You had one. I'm so excited to hear what you got.
I'm chopping up a brick like I know karate.
Okay.
I was like, haha, that's funny. I like
Man.
that. But just like, you know, it's just a lot of energy, a lot of just me being like,
Phrase.
repetition.
Yeah.
Repetition.
Yeah.
Catchy. Yeah, so I was okay for it. Well, for what it was,
Hip hop.
I got what I wanted.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. What are the other thoughts? Enrique, Austin, who wants
Who
to
wants
go?
to go? You want to rock paper scissors? You want to?
I'll go.
You go.
I'll go. I thought it was really good.
Hey!
Wow.
Whoa! I was nervous. I was
This
like,
is
"What's he gonna
wild.
say?
Get
What's he-
ready."
what's he
Well,
gonna say?"
I think before I was saying that like the idea of like this is not like a crafted album,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just like every song is like a pretty catchy, good single,
Right.
Which is like pretty rare. The fact that I don't know, maybe he's just really talented, or maybe it's just like
Has the formula.
luck or formula. But he was able to make each song just like fun and also kind of different from each other, so
Yeah.
it didn't get too. I think it's almost weirdly, it's a weird comparison, but it's kind of like a thriller scenario, which is kind of like there's like a pop, it's kind of like trendy sounds, but they're also everything on Thriller is like a single. There's not like a coherent thing going on,
Yeah.
but every song is pretty good except for the last one. And
Spooked us.
but
And thanks for follow.
But yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
There's not much to say on it. Just like it's kind of like this very visceral, in-your-face, loud, fun music. And
Thanks for the follow.
the 2 Chainz song is amazing.
Jeez,
that
iced
song,
out.
that
Shouts
song,
out.
that song is literally one of my favorite songs.
Incredible.
What's up, Lil Pump?
Dude,
What is it?
incredible.
Shotgun Lil Pump. I was like, goddamn.
Dude, the
Yeah.
2 Chainz feature.
It's so good.
Best.
And it's so good. And then like it's just so much fun. I wish it just had like a better end. I wish it could have just fucking like crazy, like just loud and obnoxious ending to it.
Yeah.
That I've been like, yeah, this is over. But it
Yeah.
was just kind of like an okay song.
Ugh.
I wish like this whole song was just like a fucking like a riot and like
Yeah.
a party at the same time. And it was just like a great fun thing to listen to. Like it really like flew by. Like it was just
Yeah.
I thought it was great. I thought all the beats were great. I thought he was so much fun. All the features killed it. Like, yeah, it's just like this weird thing. I don't know.
I was
like,
really surprised to see a project that just fully glided me through the whole thing off just hype alone, where I was just like, yep, every one of these songs is catchy in their own way. I can get through this really easily. It doesn't feel like I'm going through a long. It was just like, oh, it's over. Like it was just kind of like
37
wow.
minutes is like a pretty good.
That's the formula.
I think that's what
That
it
is
is.
the
It
in-between.
wasn't too long because that's
If this was
Yeah.
5 songs longer,
yep.
it would have been a lot harder to deal with.
Right.
If this was a Yachty 21, I would have been like, "Ooh, damn!" Like
Right.
you're stretching it. So yeah, he hit the length.
He hit a good length. He got some great features. He crafted some good songs that are catchy and different. And he's able to create catchphrases and say the same thing over and over again. And let it be like it didn't get annoying like other people. I don't know what about it. Maybe it's his voice. Maybe it's just the words he chooses. It just works. It's just like I don't know. It just works.
Right.
Is my review.
Yeah.
If there's not a lot going. If you listen to one song you don't like it, then get away because none of it. There's not gonna.
You're not
nothing
gonna
else
get
is
swayed.
different. But if you're like, oh, this is pretty fun. The rest of it is the same amount of fun, and it won't actually lose its luster throughout.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my. I think it's. I don't know. I'll throw my review out. I think it's pretty cool.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely gonna have to agree with you. I'm gonna give it a cool. I think, I finally got what I wanted from a quote unquote SoundCloud rapper, where it was just like a lot of hype, a lot of songs that I could just pump me up, get me through my day, get me through my boring job, and just like enjoy it, and give me a boost of energy, a boost of confidence. And it was just really, I was glad. I was really happy for this 16-year-old to be able to be like, wow, there's something about him where he's just legitimate, and I appreciate the lane that he's going in. He didn't stray out of it. He didn't, falter in any way, and he just kind of did what he set out to do well.
It kind of just like a quick thing before you go on.
Yeah.
It's just like Ray Shrimmer I think is an example of kind of like just fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the bad thing with Ray Shrimmer is like sometimes I feel like halfway through the project there's like a down
Right.
spiral, and I'm like, oh. For like a couple songs, and it comes back. Well, all right, but
Yeah.
then like that down spiral really leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
Right.
And I feel like when making this type of music, you put yourself in a very precarious situation where, like, I think if you misstep in the middle, you can really fuck up the thing. Like, you can really, if you make a couple mistakes, you can totally kill the vibe of the whole album, and you'll feel kind of lost, and you might not enjoy it as much. But the fact that it consistently stayed really good until the end is crazy, and it's rare, and it's just fun. I don't know. It's just like a really. It's a really easy thing to get like monotonous and boring, or like lose its like become less interesting. But he somehow just swam past all that, and like he fucking did it.
Yeah, it's he's a wild man. I feel like with that, his songs, and at least for me, I feel like a lot of, because it is repetitive, a lot of like how much I like a song 100% depends on the one phrase that he's gonna say 1,000 times.
Yeah, and he somehow picked the right phrase.
And for some of them, I wasn't pumped.
Really?
I'm gonna say this is wild because I was.
Wait, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Austin, the Mr. SoundCloud, is the one who enjoyed this project the least. Interesting. Go on.
I liked it. But there were some things where I was like, man, okay. The song Foreign, I don't even remember it. It got to the end, and I was like, whoa, that song just happened. I didn't even hear it, and it was fine. I'm not saying it's bad by any means. I liked it. It was exactly like, of SoundCloud mixtapes and albums come out in a while, this was like the most of a SoundCloud thing that you could make, and it was good. It was good. But I feel like depending your entire like album, depending on like repetitive chorus, is fine and cool. You are Lil Pump. That's your thing. That's what you do. But I liked it when he did go off and like actually say some things on certain songs, like Youngest Flexer. Youngest Flexer, he actually had some sort of lyrics going on. And I'm not someone who should say like every song needs to have lyrics. Get your D-Rose, get your 100 on my wrist. All that shit is good and fun. But when he does say things, I get even more excited. So I get excited when he says things like, this is stupid. But he said, I don't watch movies. And I was like, something about that got me so
You're
hyped. Because like, I don't know. Movies are good. I personally also don't watch movies very much. Like, it's just not like a medium I watch as much anymore. Movies are great, but I don't watch movies anymore. I'm watching like I'm watching Twitch and live streams, and in an era of social media, there's so many other things to watch. I just liked hearing a young kid be like, I don't watch movies. Something about that got me excited, and it showed me something about his character as a person, much more than like junkies at the door, which was fine. That song was a weird one. At the end of the day, I liked it a lot. The features felt pretty weird on, I feel like, a lot of them. Gucci was fun. Chief Keef blew my mind with the lack of auto-tune. Yeah. I didn't even know it was him, but it was good. 2 Chainz destroyed the game. Just obliterated.
I want them to work together forever.
That
was so good.
So amazing.
He watched the throne of Lil Pump and 2 Chainz.
Dude, they're fucking so good together. Mm-hmm. Also, 2 Chainz is like killer fucking guest verse, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that's what he's best at.
That's his thing. I mean, he had like the record for like most features in a year at one point. Yeah. Like he's balling out with the features. Yeah. And I also like that he goes into his features 100% aware of the sound and what type of thing he's doing. He came in like, I've listened to Lil Pump. Let's do a Lil Pump song. He came in and said, let's get it. And I loved that about him. Meanwhile, Rick Ross came in and said, oh, just like he always says. And I felt like Rick Ross didn't say fucking anything interesting. Also, the sample for that beat was something that Slump God did with X, potentially at one point. Was a little weird hearing it slowed down,
and in the background.
Slowed down, not exciting in the background. Last song with Rick Ross. What the fuck kind of last play was that? End of the day, I apologize for the lengthy review. I don't mean to repeat myself, but this is a Lil Pump album, and I did like it. I don't mean to hate on it by any means. It lived up to the hype by far, but when he said things like, I don't watch movies, it surpassed the hype, and that's kind of somewhere I wanted it to go more. But I'm excited for what's next. Keep Lil Pumping away and doot-doodaloot-doo.
What do you get?
I'm going to give it a cool. I'm going to give it the almost same amount of cool as the Trippie Redd one. Oh. Because I feel like both of these albums were like showing that these artists have the sauce and they got a lot more things to do. I want more Lil Pump. Lil Pump 2, I'm very excited. I liked it. I definitely liked it.
I generally think it kind of peaked for me. I don't think he can do this again and me being as invested.
That's going to be the test.
I don't know if he's as capable. I don't know if I want to know. I don't know. Like, he does say ridiculous stuff. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, then, I think it's time to move on to his main homie, the other half of this hype duo, Smoke Perp, with his debut project, Dead Star. And I want to launch into this one because I actually have a lot to say about this one. So, again, this one is interesting because there's a lot about Smoke Perp that actually separates him from Lil Pump to me, where he's kind of on a different level.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I do agree, and you guys really perfectly like put it out there for me, where it's like I think it's just a little too long, and I think towards the end it unfortunately loses some steam. But there's a solid like 13 of the like 16 tracks that are on here that are like really good to me. And what separates him to me is where Lil Pump is just, you know, going off of energy and repetitions.
He's like a cartoon.
Right.
Yeah.
Where he has just full energy and he's full like on all the time. Smoke Perp has a little bit of introversion for me.
Yeah.
And he has a little bit more
mystery.
depth. And I don't know, maybe I'm filling in things that aren't there. But I feel like as opposed to just like Lil Pump who has like Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Smoke Perp's like repetition. He does, I mean, of course, have repetitious lines, but some of them have like more depth to me. Where I'm just like, you're actually like saying something that's like interesting or like shows me of something about you.
I don't know.
Like there's something that's different from that separates like a Gucci Gang, or walk in the club and I flex like ooh to like I don't know you, you know me, bitch, or like I don't want friends, I want Audis, or his like actual like full-on chorus that's not just like a full-on repetition, but he has in Streets Love Me, he has like the first actual chorus we've heard from either of them, and the chorus is Mama told me, boy, stay out the streets, don't be your pops. Came in with the mag just like a pussy, let it pop. Mama told me, boy, stay out the streets cause you get popped. Told my mama, I'm sorry, I'm the one who's sending shots.
Ooh.
So that's an actually just like well-crafted way of saying the pretty classic hood narrative, right? You have a mother who's like, son, I know you're young. I don't want you to go into this street life. It's dangerous. It's bad. Don't be like your dad, who presumably is either dead or in jail because of this life. Just don't do it. But instead, he gets into the life. He likes it. He enjoys it. And then he becomes kind of what she fears. He's the one who's out there causing the danger, causing the shots. And then, of course, the final part of the chorus is, I can't leave the streets because the streets love me. And he's officially been brought in and he's addicted to the life. And there's it's a pretty repetitious chorus, but it's interesting. It gives depth to what's going on in Smoke Perf's life. And I actually like appreciated that, where I'm like, one, this sounds cool. And two, like, oh, I like understand what's going on in your life rather than just lavish statements like, ooh, I like Gucci.
Right.
So I was like, oh, wow, like, I'm getting something here.
And I think that's really like why, like, as a big Lil Pump fan, why the Lil Pump album didn't live to the supreme hype that I wanted it to. As much as it was up there, there were no moments in this Lil Pump album where I'm like, I get to know more of your character. As someone who literally has listened to D-Rose 100 on my wrist, probably 100 times on my ear. Like, I've heard that song so many fucking times, and I've heard the repeat gimmick with Molly, Boss, all of it, and it's good. But, like you said, I love the repetitive aspects, but when you can add that little extra bit of, like,
that paints a picture.
Here's my person, I am a cartoon character, but here's a feature about me.
Right.
I don't watch movies. I don't know, like, and like Smoke Perp does that, where he's doing the repetitive thing, but he's also saying, and here's a peek at my character. And that's why, like, it's, you said that really well. So
that's what kind of took it to the next level, but unfortunately, it's not like fully perfect, because I was almost ready to I was getting through like a good amount through this, and I was like, this could be a Mondo cool. But it ends up being a little too long, and there's some missteps. Unfortunately, R.I.P. Max is kind of, but it just kind of lasts too long, where it just like, I didn't have the...
Sorry, that scared the...
Spooked them!
That
Shout out
scared
to the
the shit
follows
out of
that we're
me.
getting.
Oh
It keeps us on our toes. I thought I was going to turn off alerts.
That scared the shit out
But
of
damn,
me.
shouts out.
Yeah, maybe we should do this on Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesdays are the time.
Shout out! I'm down.
But damn, yeah, I was just kind of like, wow, there's a lot more depth to this, and it's hype, and there's like a bunch of songs I want to repeat all the time, but it was just a little too long, where I was just kind of like, there's definitely a noticeable part of the album where I start losing a little steam, and that's gonna take away me giving it like a high Mondo cool, but I'm really excited. And whereas we were kind of saying we don't know where Lil Pump's gonna go from here, I'm way more excited to see where Smoke Perp's gonna go.
Totally.
I want to see if he'll get more into his story. I want to see if he can continue making these hype tracks. And I think, once again, he's just really interesting, and I'm way more interested in the story of Smoke Perp.
Yeah, no, for real.
Wait, so you mostly agree with Mark, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think, just really quick, one thing I want to add, you said, like, this album very much loses steam, And like we're talking about albums being long, like exactly with this one. I feel like this album I actually started listening to like 5 times, didn't finish it most of the time.
Right.
Because I was like, all right, great, I got my Smoke Perp like fiend action.
Because honestly, I think it's almost exactly 10 minutes longer than Lil Pump.
Too much.
And I feel like that's 10 minutes too much.
long.
If it ended at 37,
that's 5 SoundCloud songs.
yeah, like if that ended at 30, if this
5
album
content.
ended at 37 minutes, it would have been like a perfect
Hit.
album.
Great album.
I
Totally
would have been
agree.
like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
Smoke Perps, you gotta know them.
Yeah, so I like this less than Lil Pump.
Huh?
But I do agree his
Who?
No, huh? I
I
agree.
I thought his character was more interesting than Lil Pump, so I thought perhaps maybe in the future I would be more excited to see. I feel like Lil Pump peaked to me in my
Okay.
perspective in the last album. I was like, this is probably as good as this is gonna get for me. This is about as fun as it's gonna be.
It's really fun.
Yeah, it's
really
really
fun.
fun. This is like the most fun thing.
I mean,
And
the
this
album
guy-
cover is him on jet
Yeah,
skis.
yeah.
This
Lil
is
Pump jet
just
ski.
fun.
So like, this is just fun. Like this whole thing, he just somehow was able to keep fun going the whole time. And yeah, there's not a lot of introspection. It's not like I get to really know Lil, but he's just like a charismatic dude. So this dude is a little more introspective, and it has like some more interesting lines that he repeats, and some darker production, like significantly darker,
Yeah.
like and moody too at points. And I appreciate like the tone and stuff that he can set and whatnot. It seems like he has way more of like an identity he's trying to form and whatnot, but it just doesn't come off as like fully developed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lil
no,
Pump,
that's fair.
that's what I was like. This is the peak form of like what he's doing.
Yeah.
This is what he wanted it to be.
I would have totally agree with
And with Smoke Perp, I don't think it's exactly where he's going. He's interesting, but he's not there yet.
Right.
But I still think the song's really fun. I think there's a good portion of these songs that are fun and are cool. The one with Lil Pump is great too. They're like each other's albums. They're like brothers. Or
They're
something.
really
It's
close.
They are
They're
like brothers.
Yeah.
they're very close. They're
They
in
must,
each other's
like,
videos.
Yeah, they have to live with each other
I
or
think
something.
so.
Like that amount of like they're just like in each other's songs. Like
It's almost like weird they're not just a duo.
that. They
Yeah.
should.
But yeah, I do appreciate the fact that like he is different and he has like kind of like a darker, more moody feel to him. But it's just some of the songs just like I get bored a little bit
Yeah.
between, or it's like the energy would drop off, and like I'd be like, I don't remember that. I kind of like I don't remember enjoying this as much or whatnot. So like it was more of a mixed bag, but the highs are really high.
Yeah.
And I do think there's potential more with this character to me in the future. So I'd be more hyped to be like, dude, I want to see where this goes.
Yeah.
With Lil Pump, I was like, I got what I wanted.
This is the character.
I got what I wanted out of that. And I don't know where it's going to go in the future, but like I don't know where, to be honest.
That you nailed it.
With Lil
Yeah.
Pump, I don't know, but with fucking Smoke Perp, I'm curious. I want to see what this dude can do.
Yeah, I definitely think he'll have
But
someone more.
in terms of his
staying
whole
power.
albums, I think Lil Pump has the better one to me, and that's the
fair.
one I'm going to go back to more. Like, there's nothing on this album that gave me the gratification of the 2 Chainz Lil Pump song.
That was insane.
That was literally one of the best
Made
songs.
the album.
It was so good, and it's just like I don't know, just like all of Lil Pump's things put like a smile on my face, but it's a different feel entirely.
Yeah.
I think
'Cause, like-
weirdly their album covers speak a lot to who they
Yeah,
are.
yeah,
like
for
Lil
sure.
Pumps is like a
For
cartoon character on a
Yeah,
jet ski, and
yeah.
then Smoke Perp is him in a casket.
And it's so crazy because they're so similar yet not
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has more depth to him,
Right.
and I don't know if Lil Pump can have that. He's not that person. He seems to me. He seems more like he's the fun dude at a party.
I meant to
They're
look
like-
up Smoke Perp's age. You can keep going on your point.
But yeah,
I don't know
I
how.
like
Yeah,
that.
he's definitely
I like that.
older, right?
I like the. I
There's
liked
a
it.
noticeable maturity.
At the end of the day, I thought it was good. I would say it's like a. I guess if Lil Pump was a cool, this would be like a high to low cool. Because like, there's only a couple songs I really loved and I'd go back to, but as a whole, I like the mood of it.
Yeah.
But I would get bored at points, or like I'd be like, "Oh, is this song over yet?" And, yeah. And there's too long. Again, 37 minutes, probably the ideal.
Yeah.
35, probably 30 to 37 minutes for like this type of music, even if it's like a little darker, moodier. The ideal, just because like a lot of these are just energy-driven kind of projects, because it's all like just voice and instrumentation that pushes it through. So there's only so much you can give off. And the longer you stay, the more...
The less you feel
The
that.
more you drag... Yeah, it has to be kind of like a punch,
Yep.
right? And I feel like it's just like it was a little too long, and that really can hurt something like this.
Right.
Very much so.
It's like very, very important. Like timing is such an important thing, and especially with these. Like it's so. It's like it astonishes me how important it is, because I just like Lil Pump just killed it with that timing, and it just made me feel so great about the whole experience. While like Smoke Perp at the end, I was just like, huh, okay, I guess it's over now. But I was like, I do like these songs though. But with Lil Pump, I was like, ooh, whoa, that was crazy. Like this last song was okay, but let's fucking go back to this 2 Chainz song.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So again, I think he's an interesting dude, worth checking out if you want kind of like, I guess, a little more interesting, introspective version of like of this type of music. If you think like you want not a lot of depth.
But definitely some, yeah.
Like
it's not like
character.
a conscious or
like
fully emotional album, but there's character.
Yeah, there's like more shades other than like I'm a fucking beat the shit out of you. Like let's fucking party, like and ride dolphins, like.
Yup.
But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give it a cool. I really wanted to be able to give it a Mondo cool, just because there's songs that are so hyped to me, and that like I'm definitely gonna be repeating. Audi, You Don't Owe Me, whatchamacallit, Bless Your Trap, Okay, No Safety. Krispy Kreme, Count Up. I mean, there's just a lot of songs that I really enjoyed, and I really wanted to just overall say it's a Mondo cool. But yeah, it's a little too long, and as Enrique said, like it just length can really wear down music like this. So
in music in general, but
specifically like
this.
SoundCloud, yeah, there's a
trap,
reason SoundCloud songs are 2 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think if you take like the closest, I know Anthony Fantano made this. Connection, and I think he's right about like this being more of like a punk type phase, where like the song, like punk music is 2 minute 30-second 3 minute songs, and if you put too much, like those albums, if they're too long, it fucking just starts to bleed. It's just blaring guitars and loud music for way too long. And so there is like a very much like the short and concise is like conciseness is what's needed.
Right.
So. Maybe that's like a type of model I think maybe some of these people should look at. Like I think that's the most relevant type music to what they're trying to achieve.
Definitely agree.
Because like punk has like fucking 50 tons. Like there's party punk, and then there's like fucking just dark and introspective stuff.
Yeah, I'd rather have a 4-song SoundCloud album that I can play twice than an 8-song
or like a
bad
Toms. Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
But yeah, cool for me. What's your final?
Give it a nice little cool.
Nice.
But I filled in the O's with some eyeballs and looking around.
So this fall. Okay, so where does this cool fall? Because you gave 3 cools, so I'm just interested.
Yeah, I have trouble with that.
So yeah,
because this is
we gotta
all cool.
take a
Want
stance.
me to rank them?
Rank them.
I'll
Yeah.
rank them.
Rank them.
All right, let's go. Lil Pump and Lil Pump number 1. That's it.
Lil Pump number 1.
But Trippie Redd insanely close because I love the concept
so Smoke
and
Perp
sound.
is the 3rd.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
It's number 1 for me.
if we had more things going on, like it'd probably be higher than a lot of other
this
things.
is funny. So okay.
These are like the shits I like.
And if you listen to I actually differentiated my scores, so I think mine are pretty obvious. Lil Pump, then Smoke Perp, then Trippie Redd, and then where are you?
I'm Smoke Perp, Lil Pump, Trippie Redd.
Love it. Cool.
I love that none of us, except for me and you on Trippie Redd, there was no consensus.
Yeah, that's really cool though. That's what I like about this podcast. And speaking of the podcast, I love that we can all like listen to the same thing and get like different ideas about it. And I think that's what's so enjoyable about this. Like you said, everyday struggle, but we like each other.
That's the fact.
Because like we'll disagree on shit, but it goes nicely because we're like, yeah, okay, I see your perspective. It's nice. Man, shout out to music and the way it makes us think.
Oh wait,
that's
no,
right.
we both put Lil Pump at number 1. So
That's true.
I agree a little bit with both.
But I very much struggled. I wanted to put Trippie Redd number 1. I wanted to put Trippie Redd number 1, but it's like it needs 3 more minutes in the oven. That's all.
That's fair. And that's the facts, ladies and gentlemen. This has been another episode of Mondo. Cool.
Mondo.
Cool. Of course, we love you, and we will be back maybe Wednesday. Wednesday was pretty popping today, so maybe, I don't know, Wednesday next week, boys, we'll discuss.
Wednesday's pretty
Let's
good.
figure it
Wednesday's
out.
pretty popping.
We'll see. Either way, tune in. I think Mark's going to stream on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because we set that precedent.
Yeah.
So, that's just the facts.
Yeah.
We'll catch you on the flip side, y'all.
And have a sweet day.